Whoops, that's the wrong one. There we go. We're now unmuted. All right, that's it. We're just gonna cut right to it. Got 7.5 minutes to kick off here. Aaron Rodgers, 291 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's just we'll throw on the Fox crew here while we're talking. So we're already getting ready for the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers right here on Thursday Night Football. Thanks everybody for joining in, or those who will join us shortly. This is an interesting game that would have been perhaps a better matchup when it was scheduled in the preseason than it is today, considering that the 49ers have had an incredible number of injuries that have just completely decimated the roster. Friend, I was putting the roster sheets together earlier just to try to get the names right and everything, and I was looking at the offense one, and I was like, where is everybody? They're you compare the roster of Green Bay on the offensive side of the football, and then the roster of San Fran, and San Fran is just 5 to 8 rows shorter. They're just they're losing everybody here. Despite the fact that the thumbnail shows Jimmy Garoppolo, there will be no Jimmy Garoppolo tonight, and there will be no George Kittle tonight either. And actually, there will probably be no Garoppolo or Kittle for the remainder of the season, as both of them are out fighting injury. Kittle with a foot injury that apparently says is not broken, but could be a broken foot, and Garoppolo out with an ankle injury that will help them out not just of this game, but possibly the remainder of the season. Certainly for Kittle, it's about 9 games, and we're in week 7. So do the math. That takes you basically to the end of the season, unless there are playoffs. In any case, we're going to hit a quick commercial and be right back. I think I got it muted there. I don't know if we're actually at commercial. We'll see.
Yeah, we are. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we are? Okay. Just turn it on. Yeah, we are. I have it on the phone in front of me. Oh no, we're actually still talking. It didn't completely replace us. Oh, nope, it did completely replace us. Oh, so I got the new iPhone.
Oh, the new one? How is it?
Well, hold on. See, it's very functional. See?
What is that?
It's still in the box.
Oh,
It's very functional. But yeah, I don't know. Compared to the old one, I mean, the box is bigger, so it's kind of around the same size.
I'm sure.
I'm hoping that 5G kicks in here. That's really what I wanted it for. If the 5G really is real.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out.
There is only one way to find out. I think I got the Pacific blue color, of course, because everything in this household is blue, and what shouldn't be, I suppose. So, but I am not going to test the that feature that says the ceramic glass is 4 times more stronger than it is today. I'm not testing that. We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like what you want to test that.
Yeah. All right. Just about 2 minutes to go to kick off here. We have got, as we were mentioning, this matchup was probably better suited at the beginning of the season, where you'd have Jimmy Garoppolo and Aaron Rodgers. So far this season, Aaron Rodgers has looked bad in one game. His friend Stephen A. calls him the bad man. Aside from that game in Tampa, where Tom Brady's defense, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, held him to 160 yards and 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, Aaron Rodgers has been lighting it up with his core of receivers. We fully expect, given the slightly depleted San Francisco team, that I'm going to take Green Bay in this and not even think twice about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the same thing. I don't think the 49ers have a chance. Honestly, if I was Shanahan, I would probably forfeit this game at this point and just get the game checks because they haven't been able to practice as a team since Tuesday. They haven't been able to see each other since Tuesday, and only they've been on the plane together. It's actually just borderline almost dangerous to be playing in this game, to be honest with you, for them. But
Well,
yeah,
they
the
are
Green
in
Bay is going to
California.
win anyways. There's no
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna have any trouble with the San Francisco high school team here.
Well, they didn't actually have to travel. They did stay put, but there have been COVID reports. I was also, and Nick Mullins will start for the 49ers tonight. I was also rather surprised that this game was actually going, considering that earlier in the season the NFL was willing to move the Kansas City Buffalo game off of a Thursday night onto a Monday because of COVID-related issues with the Buffalo Bills. But no such affordances given today, I suppose. So, in any case, are you playing any fantasy folks from this game? Because
I think I have the running back for the 49ers.
you have Coleman.
No, the other guy.
Okay, we have two more options. We have McKinnon and Hasty.
Or no, I think I have Hasty as the guy. Hasty is
All
the
right,
one.
Hasty.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last week, I held off a push by Dalvin Cook of 48 points as I slightly won the game here. And you can see that there's also some issues on the Green Bay side of things there with the COVID and reserve list. Also, although coming back this week, if you are playing in your fantasy league, watch out for Christian McCaffrey, who I think is cleared to go. The person I'm playing against does have him and has him in the starting lineup, and so I'm a little worried, actually, about if CMC actually comes in here. You can see the 49ers this season, 13 players on IR. The injuries continue to mount ever since that game where they were in the Meadowlands against the Giants. The Jets? The Giants? The Jets they played. They played both New York teams where they had players going down on the defensive side of the ball as well with ACL injuries. And that's, I believe, where Jimmy was first injured. Then Jimmy came back and was injured again. I guess there is some questions of whether the 49ers will eventually move on from Jimmy, but that's probably a topic for later. And as we get ready to kick this thing off here in San Francisco, and the kick is off, and this is going to go out the back of the end zone, and we have the first look at Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. We'll flip this one on here. There we go. This side of the ball, I am actually very excited to watch because Green Bay has just been lighting it up all season. So, Aaron, first play here, back to pass and gets it complete. It's a short completion, but we'll get the things going. That's to Aaron Jones, the running back, out in the flat. And the Packers will gain about 4 on first down here. 5, rather. 2nd and 5 coming up here. 5 and 2 Green Bay. Oh, go ahead.
No, I can't see anything. I have no game.
Are you on the one I gave you last time?
Yeah, it's just not. It's buffering.
Oh, okay. The pitch back to Jones again, and that's going to be a first down. He's going to bounce off San Francisco defender. Is actually going across the 40. Going to get plenty of yards after contact here. That was a rather good hit. Rodgers with 2 receivers up at the top. Check to see if one. Nope. Now bringing across the formation here. The handoff once again to Jones, and he's going to bounce off more San Francisco tacklers. That's good for 6 on first down there. In motion was Scanling coming across the formation. That last name does not fit on the back of the jersey.
Yeah, it's quite a long one, I would have to say.
Marquise Valdez-Scantling, the third-year player out of South Florida. Bit of a tongue twister there. Devonte Adams, the major weapon for Green Bay. He's been lighting it up. If you have him on your fantasy team, you've been perhaps having a decent season here. Sternberg across the formation, looking to block, now going out in the flat. This sets up a screen here to Jones. They've basically gone to Jones every single play of this first drive, and he's out across the 40. As we will have another first down, and Green Bay is rolling here on their first possession.
Yeah, it's pretty expected as well. I mean, the San Francisco defense is the only actual good part of the team, so they're also, as of right now, so they're always having to keep the Niners in the game, and they had to do it Sunday and only got 3 days of rest and weren't able to practice for 2 days too. So this is very expected to be able to pick apart this defense here, as they are exhausted. I read on the team they're pretty just unhappy about the current situation.
Yeah, handoff here once again. Packers go back to the ground and they get 2 yards here on first down. That handoff there was to Irvin, his first action of the day. As we see the 49ers defense, as you were mentioning, number 6 in the NFL, good against the run and the pass. They're going to have to bail out their offense, get a couple turnovers. Remember, a good defense especially that can get to Rodgers, can cause some havoc here. That's what we saw in the game against Tampa Bay. They are trying to protect Rodgers early, though, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. And here, Rodgers is going to take a shot and go for it. Oh, and it's caught! Oh, my goodness, what a touchdown! Oh, my! Devonte Adams, we just talked about on the previous possession, lighting it up here. Rodgers goes deep and gets the whole thing. Touchdown, Green Bay.
I would just make sure he's got that second foot down when he catches the ball, but other than that, absolutely beautiful play there. That's one.
Wait a sec. That's the left,
yeah,
and then there's the.
His elbow touches.
His elbow does touch here.
Oh, yep. His
Second
elbow
body
touches
part.
him down.
Yep.
It actually touches it 3 times. His hand and the elbow comes down as well.
I don't think the hand counts. And the elbow doesn't
the elbow
land.
counts.
The elbow, yes. The elbow does count. It lands just in bounds here. The hand doesn't, because remember, you can put your hand on the ground to prevent yourself from being called down. So the hand doesn't, but yes, he has the foot, and he looks like he has the left elbow unless the knee hits first, because the knee was out of bounds.
I think
called
it
a
should
touchdown.
be called a touchdown.
I think so too. That replay isn't any good there. That's too quick. But yeah, this does look like a touchdown here.
I think the pylon cam is going to have to be the decider there.
Bail us out. The pylon cam is going to have to bail us out right after we get back from the commercials. Wow, what a sensational throw. Oh my
It's
goodness.
just going to blow out the game from the start.
Aaron Rodgers. Woo! Well, that means we can talk about anything we'd like.
Rubbish.
If you're joining us on the YouTube side of things, make sure to check out follow the link in the description of the video, and follow us over on the Twitch side of things, because you can get the game right there. We've got the broadcast live for you. It does have commercials, which is why we're also on this side. On this side we can talk to you and sort of chat through the commercial break. But on the Twitch side, you'll get the full video. It's totally free, and so feel free to join us on the Twitch side of things as well. And go ahead and post your questions or hot takes and hot topics. I had a hot take earlier, and oh wait, no, that was totally unrelated. No, other than the fact that, like, everybody who's gotten out of New England seems to have had, like, if Jimmy G were actually playing in this game, we could have gone ahead and said that, like, everybody who's gotten out of New England, at least the quarterbacks that have gotten out of New England, made the right decision.
Yeah, I would have to say, I mean, Bill Belichick came out this week and said that it was the right decision for all his players not to come back. I mean, they knew they overstretched budget-wise on the Super Bowls, and it had paid off, and they did the right thing for it. I mean, you would never say they shouldn't, but I mean, obviously for the next couple seasons, it's going to be pretty difficult to be able to have resources to be able to have some players. So, I mean, Belichick himself has come out and said that it's probably the best move to have left the Patriots recently. He came out and said it on Boston radio. I think it was this week or last week.
Get another look here on the replay. Watch the knee come down, and that's a touchdown. This is a touchdown. This should be upheld. This is totally a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough evidence to overturn that.
Nope, and there isn't. And that goes straight through the pylon there. Mason Crosby's kick is good. As we see, the Packers have scored on all 8 opening drives this season, kind of like the 2007 Patriots there. But they have just been cooking between such good teams in the NFC, between Green Bay, the Seahawks, right there at the top. You have Tampa. New Orleans is still in this thing in the NFC South. Like, Tampa and New Orleans are going to sort of fight over the NFC South crown. I mean, the level of talent there has been pretty sensational here on at least this half of the NFL. Although the Titans and the Steelers quite good in their own right on the AFC side of things. Steelers especially with 7-0.
I mean, still the Ravens. There's a bunch of good teams on the other side.
Yeah.
Just one division that's not very good.
Are we down to the AFC East?
Yeah, that's about it.
But not as bad as the NFC East.
That's also correct.
Yeah, so they're kind of balancing it out. This kick is actually short. It will be returned by San Francisco, looking to see if they can get something on special teams and bust this one out past the 30. Nice little run back there by McKinnon, who's got the ball to the 32. Any help that the San Francisco 49ers can get from their defense or their special teams will be incredibly important here. Last week versus Seattle, Nick Mullins 18-25. Actually, this is a pretty good stat line for somebody playing Seattle. Granted, if Nate was here, he would remind us that the Seattle secondary has been quite banged up this season. And I was looking at fantasy receivers, and I was noticing, trying to pick up some fantasy receivers, and like anybody who was playing Seattle was instantly ranked as like right up, because Seattle's like the number 32 against receivers.
Yeah, they're very bad, and here Green Bay is actually one of the worst against the run. Also remember that Mullins here has not been able to practice with the team or run any offensive sets this week as well.
And Keelix Gamer, thank you very much for the follow on the Twitch side of things. The AFC East, yeah, the AFC and the NFC East, both of those sort of struggling divisions, except for really like Buffalo. And here Mullins is going to take a shot, and that is going to be slightly off. That was defended out there by number 32. I think it's 32. I don't have the 32 on my roster sheet.
That was not a good throw. He threw it right into double coverage. Lucky that it was actually just not or lucky it was too far away for anybody to catch.
This is the injury list that we've been talking about on both this is the offensive side of the ball. There's also an injury list to go with the defensive side of the ball. I mean, basically all your starters completely depleted. That said there, 71% of the team's offense. I was reviewing this sheet and I was like, I don't know anybody on this roster. And that is going to be a delay of game, actually. That should be a delay of game. That flag is called there. Again here, Fran, you were just mentioned. He hasn't been able to take snaps. Might not be necessarily...
Yeah, the whole offense hasn't played together. None of these guys don't know each other. I mean, they haven't been able to practice together either. I mean, they picked up, I forget who it was, they picked up like 4 or 5 people off of waivers and off of the practice squad, but none of those people have practiced with
Did they
any
just
of the first
wave that
stringers.
off? They just wave off the penalty? Or no, they should have called a timeout. This should be a timeout for San Fran here to avoid the 5-yard penalty. As we get the Baker Mayfield commercial.
More commercials than wins.
More commercials than. Although, to be fair, I don't know if many people predicted that Cleveland was, 5-2 right now? Actually, they're rather surprising.
Yeah, but they're third in the division.
Yes, but they're third in the division because they're,
So
in
they're
a
not gonna
division
make
with
the
Pittsburgh
playoffs,
and
yeah.
Baltimore. Coming around the edge, look out! Nick Mullins gets this one out, and that is complete. It's going to be a yard short here, and that is going to be... See, that is Reed. Okay, I don't even have an 81 on my roster
Jordan,
sheet.
he was picked up off of waivers. It's Jordan Reed.
There you go, Jordan Reed. We're just gonna add on the fly here. Jordan Reed. Yes, they called a timeout, so that's why. But they come up a yard short here. They wanted to preserve the third down, so they didn't have even more yardage to go. So this kick back to Green Bay, and that is going to go into the end zone. That will be a touchback here. Start at the 25 for Aaron Rodgers. Let's see if Green Bay can get themselves going again. Already up 7-0 here in San Francisco. We'll be right back from this short commercial break. Stick around, everybody. Or join us in the conversation on the YouTube side of things. We'll be there chatting through the commercials. Be right back. Yeah, probably pretty. It's predicted. Green Bay was predicted to win by 7. That was the betting spread, which I would have probably taken. I would have probably given San Fran the 7 points, like easily. I'd be like, yeah, I'll just put money on, put money on that one. That seems like one of those bets that's like kind of skewed, where you're just like. I mean, nobody's going to go out here and be like, oh, it's going to be a 2-touchdown game. Like, that's kind of not really. That would be a huge spread for the NFL.
Yeah, I would totally take that bet.
But I would take 7. I would, or in reality, if you're going to take Green Bay's, you give 7. So
I mean, we'll see after this possession, but I'm pretty sure there's no possible way. There's no possible way that the 49ers are going to score more than 15 or 14 points unless they get turnovers. It's just not going to happen.
Not even that. I mean, Green Bay could go ahead and score like 42 or something, right? And still you end up covering that way. So, yeah.
Thank you, Charlie Emmons. I appreciate that on the YouTube side of things. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Usually we actually have a third commentator join us, Nate. He's a Seahawks fan, and over here in Seattle. Unfortunately, he is under the weather today. Oh wow, from England, all the way from England. Been in it for about a year, so it's interesting. Thank you very much for the sub on the YouTube side of things. Much appreciated. Thank you. Yes, and if you should be able. Let us know if you can actually see the Twitch side of things. Sometimes they enable like geo-located settings, but hopefully you can see the game on the Twitch side. As we're back here in Santa Clara, and we were just talking over the break about how if you're a betting gentleman or a gentle lady, the spread here was 7 points for the Green Bay Packers in this game, which basically means Green Bay would have to win by at least 7 in order for the bet to work out for you. For both Fred and I were basically saying that, yeah, that seems like something we would take. So, Green Bay from its own 20. Getting ready for the second drive here. Aaron Rodgers so far perfect. Really only had a couple short passes, but they had the one towards the end zone there. And here Aaron Jones again is going to get this ball. So a healthy diet of the ground game Okay, Twitch is good on that side. Awesome, great.
Yeah, I mean, here you can pretty much expect the Green Bay Packers just to basically run the football on this defense, tire them out, and just kill the clock throughout the game. I mean, I'm not going to say this is one of those where you just want to, like, start running out the clock in the first quarter, but you know that you're going up against an offense that cannot produce and that has not played together at all. And you're also playing still against the Packers defense, which is pretty good. So expect a lot of heavy dose of the run here from the Packers in kind of a slow, methodical approach.
Devonte Adams in motion, moving to the top of the formation. Now actually in motion going back the other way, but this will just be a handoff again. Aaron Jones coming up the middle, and he will find running room there. That will be the first down on 2nd and 8. So another 8 yards. Aaron Jones just cooking right now, eating up grass as we move forward. And Green Bay is now at the 30.
Yeah, this is also going to be something that's going to open up the Devonte Adams plays going down the field. Once you kind of start running the football so much, you're going to start packing so many people into the box, and you're just going to be left on one-on-one coverages on the outside.
Yep, that's pretty much, and we saw that's exactly what resulted in the touchdown here. You have the one-on-one coverage just at the bottom of the screen. Devonte Adams makes a man miss, and then he's going to get the first down, and he will be at the 41 here. So exactly as you called it right before we got the play. Another completion so far. Rodgers perfect, 4 of 4. Giving off a little wry smile there. Almost halfway through the first quarter.
My coworker, that's his cousin, actually.
Wait, what?
Bakhtiari, yeah.
Really? How does that happen?
He's not the athlete, the guy I know. Put it that way.
You got Devonte Adams on a wheel route here, but whoop, right over the head. I mean, he was wide open, and Aaron Rodgers knows it. That was a bad miss.
Yeah, that was Daniel Jones-esque from Sunday, or from Monday. That was pretty bad.
God. I mean, he's wide open.
Yeah, he's literally wide open. If anything, he's throwing it to the receiver behind.
There is no receiver behind him.
Yeah, there's nobody
There's
there.
a 49er safety. That's just a mistake.
Yeah. Typically don't
goodness.
see that from Mr. Rodgers.
Nope. 5 receivers wide now for Green Bay. We're spreading this thing out at this point. Nice, quick over the middle. And, oh, my goodness, it looks like a WWE out there as Tanyan gets tossed to the ground by Tart.
That was quite the tackle there from Tart, but
That was quite the tackle. Hey, whatever you got to do to get him down on the ground, right? I mean,
most people aren't good at tackling, so I mean, if there's one way or another, at least you stop them. I've seen a lot of bad tackling in the NFL this year due to no training camp and no preseason either.
Again, Aaron Jones back into the backfield here. We'll see if this is maybe some sort of inside handoff. He's got 5 yards to gain and 3 seconds on the clock. And as Aaron Rodgers deep back to pass, he's got Adams on the side, and that's beautifully broken up, actually. That is beautiful defense there by Mosley. Emmanuel Mosley, third year man out of Tennessee. Look at this, step for step with Adams. Maybe a little contact there, but he does turn around to spot the ball. That's really the difference there, and he gets a hand up. And it is really well defended, actually. Give him credit here.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Mosley. I mean, if they want to call the pull on the jersey, they totally can. But at the end of the day, he turns around, he sees the ball, and he gets defense in there.
Yeah, I would not have called PI on that one, as Scott is going to punt here. And you were saying that this game had the potential to get slightly out of hand here if Green Bay was able to. The cameraman completely got fooled on that one. The ball is actually out of bounds, or either through the end zone, and it's a touchback. We'll be right back after these commercials as the 49ers manage to get Green Bay off the field. San Francisco up next on offense. Well, they managed to get a stop. So far, so good there. Only a 7-0 lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped him on that one.
So that works. else was I looking at? Some of the I was looking at some of the NBA news actually. This article about the Pistons intrigued by LaMelo I thought was interesting. LaMelo, the draft coming up on the 14th.
Thank you for the follow there. Pun hits hard. It's on Twitch.
Oh, yep. We'll get the shout out when we get back out of the break. Pun hits hard. Yeah, Fran, you got it right. Usually terrible at names.
Yep.
Breeze held back out of practice. What? The Rockets' new coach? Oh, because they got rid of D'Antoni.
Yeah, Silas or whatever.
Yeah. Breeze with a potential shoulder injury. Yeah, jeez. Oh wow, Seattle and Buffalo. That's the game to watch. Whew. The 1-7 Giants and the 2-5 Washington Redskins this weekend. Whoop-de-doo. And you guys, Pittsburgh goes to Dallas. Wow, that is going to be a beating and a half.
Yeah.
And then who in the world, oh my goodness, who in the world puts New England and the New York Jets on Monday Night Football? They really hate ESPN. I mean, wow. Pun hits hard. Thank you very much for the follow on the Twitch side of things. Much appreciated. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us here on Thursday Night Football. It is the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. A slightly depleted San Francisco squad, but they have managed to so far hold Green Bay just to 7 points here. Good on the San Francisco defense to get Green Bay off the field as San Francisco resumes its second drive on offense here. And the handoff is going to go right, and they will get about 2 yards on that one. That was to McKinnon, and that wasn't the one you said you had in your fantasy?
Nope. It's not going well.
Not happening with the fantasy. Hasty is the one for fantasy. The rookie out of Baylor, actually, number 38, who is not quite in the game. I had to make a lot of changes this week. I've hit like 2 weeks of like having to change out 3 people in my fantasy league. This time it was all my wide receivers. Last time it's here. Mullins has plenty of time, and he finds a man wide open over the middle, over the 50, down to the 40, 35. Oh, and he's like being spun around, whoop, and down at the 35. Richie James. This is a total breakdown.
Yeah, I mean nobody's around him.
Nobody's around. I mean, what? Wait a sec. Where does he go? He even has help. Oh, my.
What's number 37 doing?
This is where we need Nate. Josh Jackson, number 37, just gets lost in coverage, thinking that either he can he must be thinking he can hand him off, but he just cuts inside.
There's nobody even behind him. He's running. That's weird.
And here's McKinnon again, cutting it back in the middle, and he's down at the 28. 49ers inching closer to the red zone. What on a massive play there. Just got totally lost in coverage.
Yeah, and those are the opportunities that the 49ers are going to have to take advantage of when they see those gaps and they see those breakdowns in the Packers defense here. I mean, they're going to have to attack them, and Mullins was able to make the play.
Mullins here 3 of 4 for 52 yards, just outside, well, about 8 yards outside the red zone. McKinnon deep in the backfield here, about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Going across the middle is Juszczyk, and he's going out to be a lead blocker, and McKinnon is going to get the first down and about 2 yards. That's a lot of running to get 2 yards, by the way.
Yeah, with that little pitch, he's always going to have to make a little more lateral move there.
1st and 10. Hold on. Let's make this slightly less choppy. There we go. That should work. Still a little choppy. Easy enough there. All All right, once again, the handoff there. No, it's a fake. Mullins going to set up the screen. This one is to Juszczyk, and Juszczyk, the fullback, is going to go up ahead for about 3 to 4 yards. And so San Francisco now in the red zone.
Juszczyk, one of the better fullbacks in the league. A lot of teams actually don't decide to have a fullback, but Juszczyk, kind of a key in Kyle Shanahan's offense for the 49ers.
I thought, did Juszczyk at some point play for New England? I'm thinking about a different.
No.
Devlin is the New England fullback. I know New England and Tom Brady used to love using their fullbacks as well. And this is going to be a what do we call this? This is a fault. No, this is encroachment.
Yeah, it should be a
5-yard penalty
Yeah.
on the defense.
So it should be
okay,
one
neutral
for
zone
second
infraction.
down and 1.
He actually touches one of the offensive players here? Okay. Never mind. Does come across, though. And you're right. It is 2nd and 1 here from about the 16... No, I can't count. From the 14. Across the formation goes Werner. And here is absolutely nothing. There's your guy, by the way, Hasty. And that is a -1 on the fantasy stat line.
Yeah, beautiful. Probably a bad decision for me to play him today. I did kind of question it. I was like,
Did you
probably
not? Did you not have other options?
No. I have
Yeah.
no other options.
So I went ahead and hold on. As soon as this play goes off here, it looks like McKinnon is back in, and this is going to go across. And here, yeah, McKinnon is going to get enough for a first down. I was looking for receivers this week because like 3 of my receivers are out. I have no Tyler Boyd from Cincinnati. Landry is on bye this week, so the Browns are on bye, and he's basically now the number 1 in Cleveland. So I've had to like swap in Devonte Parker from Miami, Jamison Crowder, ex-Blue Devil at least. Yes, he plays for the Jets, but he does get every.
I have him on my
his
team.
way.
He actually plays pretty well. He gets like 15
Crowder,
points
right?
a game. Yeah.
Yeah, because he gets everything thrown his way and he catches the ball. And here's Mullins looking, collapsing, and he gets this one out in front. That is going to be incomplete. The ball was thrown in the area of a receiver, so no issues on intentional grounding there.
Yeah, I
And-
mean, in this situation, the best thing you really want to do if you're the San Francisco 49ers is just run the football.
Or, yeah, try. I mean, you're going to have to get a touchdown here, though. You do not want to trade field goals for touchdowns against Aaron Rodgers. But, oddly enough, I found both New York Giants receivers available. Both Sterling Shepard and, and Slayton. Both available, which I thought was rather interesting. Here's the pitch. Coming around the corner here is James. James looking. He's going to get about 5 yards here on 2nd down to the 5. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line here for San Francisco. They ran the ball exactly as kind of like you said, and have one play to make it happen. So I thought that was rather odd. I picked up one of them, and I was like, it might be worth it keeping them on the bench or taking a shot. I mean, Daniel Jones has to throw to someone. So. But they are going up against Washington this week, and so I didn't think that was a particularly good matchup to actually start them.
Yeah, it may just be a disaster. Hopefully they actually score in that game.
Yeah, well, I took the Washington defense, actually, so I will play the Washington defense, and I expect Daniel Jones to, just turn it over, 3 more times.
That's
and
going to be the
this is
second
actually a
timeout. Yep.
Yep, it will be. Timeout here, clock winding down. San Fran wants to make sure it gets this play right. It's going to need all the points it can get. Points are at a premium. Although, I have to say, they have sort of done the job of making sure that their defense gets enough rest. Because they've stayed on the field. So they haven't necessarily gone 3 and out. So in that regard, this drive has been rather successful, but they are going to need to come away with a touchdown. just crazy what's happened this year here with the injuries. All right, watch up at the top. You got one-on-one coverage. And then you got McKinnon also going out in the slot at the top. It's an empty backfield. Was looking for McKinnon. No, he's going to find. Is he going to find? Yes. No, actually, I don't even have a number. Fran, is this one of the other players that they picked up?
I have no clue.
This is another one of the players they picked up off the waivers. He's not on the roster.
I also... That was a catch?
Touchdown. Actually, I don't know.
I don't...
So he does control the ball. Right foot.
No, it's not a catch. Haven't we been over this?
Down. No, it is. He gets the right foot down. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, he got it
doesn't.
Oh, no. Yeah.
It's not a catch. He doesn't hold the ball through the whole bottom part.
Craycroft. There you go.
Yeah,
no, he does not
it's not a
catch.
it's not a catch.
This is not a catch.
It's not a touchdown. I have no idea how he thinks he himself even thought it was a touchdown. I mean, he literally loses the football.
Absolutely not a touchdown. Wait. Okay. All right. We're going to go to review on that one.
I don't think it's a
We'll
catch.
be back. There's no way it's a catch. He doesn't control it.
Yeah, I don't think he's able to hold the ball all the way through.
There's no way. There's no way. We're going to have fourth down. They're going to kick a field goal. Or they're going to go for it. Honestly, though, if I'm Shanahan and the 49ers, I would probably go for it. Because you know you're not going to win with field goals. So...
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have any other option other than try to put more points up on the board when you have the opportunity to do.
Yeah, you may as well. Back out of the commercial here in the review, we think that this is going to be overturned. At least it should be overturned. It doesn't look like Craycroft actually completes the process of the catch here.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 2 feet down, but you got to be able to hold the ball throughout the possession of it, so this should not be a catch.
And it is not, and they are going to go and actually, Robbie Gould will kick this field goal. We were also talking over the break about whether or not you should just go for it on fourth down, given that points are going to be at a premium here tonight. I had thought perhaps Shanahan would have just gone for it, but it doesn't look like he will. I don't think you're going to beat Green Bay kicking field goals, but they're going to take the points here. The 22-yard attempt is up, and it's good by Gould. So 47 seconds left here in the first. San Francisco manages to get on the board and also manages to give their defense quite a bit of a rest. That drive lasted for about 6 minutes. And so we have 7-3 here in Santa Clara as the 49ers will kick it off to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers for their third possession.
Yeah, the San Francisco 49ers on that position taking advantage of the breakdown and the coverage, which allowed them to be able to get around a 30, 40-yard catch upfield, to be able to move the ball into scoring position that is able to get them up on the board there. Mullins just taking advantage of the opportunity, and also they also should have had a touchdown if his receiver was able to come down with that one at the end there.
Yep, exactly right. It was the long pass over the middle to Richie James that made the most of the defensive breakdown and coverage, as we're going to get the kickoff here by Gould. And that is going to go out the back of the end zone. Yet another touchback. And Green Bay hasn't had a chance to return anything tonight. Hasn't really mattered for Rodgers as they've been able to move the ball pretty well. Good defense last time by the 49ers, who seem to have settled in a little bit after that first drive. And let's see, Aaron Rodgers, the best way to beat him is to keep him on the bench. And that's so far kind of what San Fran did. And Rodgers with Jones in the backfield. And the handoff once again is to Jones. No, sorry, not Jones. It's to Irvin, who's going to go up for a single yard here. Actually, I have to say, I feel like after that first drive, San Fran's defense is looking a little bit more locked in. They definitely had the whole, like, deer in the headlights kind of thing on that first drive. But since then, they've looked okay.
Yeah, it's also the difference when you have a pretty mature quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. On the other side, they typically have the first drive of the game all scripted. The Packers have been able to practice, so.
That one is to Adams, who goes across for about 6 yards. Converged there on the play. And Al-Shair making the tackle there for San Fran. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first quarter. So we'll hit a quick commercial and then be right back for the continued drive here by Green Bay. Whew. We have had a several number of defensive struggles on Thursday nights. It seems to be a common theme. That's why I don't really ever play the Thursday night fantasy folks, because they're just so unpredictable. Kind of what you were saying earlier. There's like just the short rest.
Yeah, that's what we said last week. It's just like not even worth playing anybody from any of these.
Occasionally you get like a pop off from one person, but like they're so unpredictable. Yeah. I think the best remaining game on the slate actually is the Cardinals and Seahawks in 2 weeks. See if we get a replay of what they did on the Sunday night game from a few weeks back. Back with the start of the second quarter here, as Aaron Rodgers is driving, or trying to drive, the Green Bay Packers down the field.
That Super Bowl at the expense of me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was like, Pretty sure that one's against the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yep. Packers offense going through Aaron Jones and Devonte Adams. Adams, who has the Packers touchdown off a beautiful pass by Rodgers, about 30-yard pass. Now once again, Rodgers deep to pass here, and he's going to get this one across the middle. And come on, man. Scantling can't come up with it, and that's another third down that they don't convert on. This actually is a 3-and-out.
Yeah, they should have totally caught that. It was just a really bad play there by Scantlin. Pass was on. Pass was fine. Everything was fine. He just starts looking up and turning upfield before he actually has the arm in his or the ball in his hands.
Yeah, so the San Francisco defense lucks out a little bit on that possession. And that is a low snap and almost blocked. Woo! My goodness. The punt is away, however, and it will be fair caught at the 24. So San Fran going to get another opportunity here from their own 24-yard line. And we're going to get another look at Nick Mullins of the offense, who may have found something or in the last possession there. Either that or they got extremely lucky. We're about to find out. But so far, outside of that first drive, Green Bay not looking so sharp.
No, they've been caught into some pretty bad situations with just mental or just one-on-one, just individual errors, pretty much.
It's not even that Rodgers is being pressured, right? In the Tampa Bay game, I mean, he was on the floor, but hasn't really even happened here yet. They just have a couple miscues here and there, and that's going to be 2 yards for McKinnon on first down. San Francisco trying to stay on pace ahead of the chains. Not quite on that play. As we get the WWE SmackDown, which we saw a preview of earlier in the game, when the San Fran player with the tackle. Craycroft across the formation, but this is going to be a handoff, and McKinnon is going to get a first down and more. Wide open running. Good piece of running, actually, by McKinnon there on the right-hand side. Plenty of blocks. Manages to get a first down.
Yeah, it was a good job there from McKinnon and the offensive line there being able to set the edge. Remember that this is the 49ers offensive line that actually made it to the Super Bowl. 2 of them retired afterwards or are no longer with the team. So his team is just extremely different than it used to be, and considering all the injuries as well.
Richie James again was at the bottom of your screen. Mullins is going to go across the middle, and he's going to find Richie James. Called it again there. He's at the 44 in plus territory. Same type of play as before. You kind of saw this one setting up. There was James in motion coming across the middle, and he's going to be matched up in the same direction. He's going to cut inside again, and 37 gets torched again.
Yeah, this guy's awful. Who is he? Honestly, like, he shouldn't be playing.
Josh Jackson.
Yeah, he's really bad.
3-year man out of Iowa.
That's really bad.
Whew. Richie James has gotten the better of him twice so far tonight.
It's not even the better of him. He doesn't even know where he's going. It's not like he made a move.
Hasty. Hasty for your fantasy points, Fred! And he gets 5 yards.
Oh, yeah, here's 5. All right, I'll take that. It's half a point. It's a good start.
Gets your half a point. Also, that was coming across the formation was number 14, which, again, I don't have a number for on my roster sheet because my roster doesn't have a 14. Just goes again and again, this sort of situation, just showing you how deep the 49ers have had to go. And Hasty deep in the backfield here, being flanked out there by 82 by Dooley, and Hasty's gonna have the edge outside. Yes, he's gonna have the first down and more, and that flag may come out as illegal block holding. That's gonna be on the defense.
It's on whoever just like dove at that guy.
Yeah, 82. Yeah, it's on Dooley here.
So stupid. I can't believe he just did
Dweely. Sorry, it is holding. Yeah. Oh, Actually, they called it on James. A little bit of a hug. Yes, a little bit of a hug there against Will Redmond. So, yeah, the Dwelly one was clean. But that does back them up 10 yards.
Really?
Yeah, he went low. He went low. He was fine. Kind of just laid himself out, honestly. He took himself out of the play.
I don't think that was a good holding call.
Oh, that too. I don't really agree that the hug there. This looked like a false start there. And Mullins has to get the ball out, and that is going to be incomplete. Craycroft once again cannot handle the pass. Just coming in hot from Mullins, who is a little bit under pressure here. You're going to see pressure off the quarterback's right side.
Yeah, he just threw that a little behind Kraft there. Or Croft.
Craycroft, right? Yeah, you're right. It is a little behind. He's going to have to shift his body balance around. That would have been a tough one. 3rd and 16 coming up here for the Niners. They're pulling in, I think this is Dwelly and, again, to see maybe extra protection. No, but Green Bay brings forward. It's a duck and it's intercepted. Going the other way here at the 40 and brought down by Raven Green of Green Bay.
Well, there you go. The one thing you cannot afford to have if you're the 49ers here are turnovers, and giving Green Bay a good field position here. And unfortunately, Mullins, it's not really, no, it's definitely his fault. 100% his fault. Should just take the sack.
Just take the sack. Yep. He just throws it up for grabs here.
At that point, just take it.
Yep. Lands in the hands of Green Bay. Green Bay coming up from their own 40, from the San Francisco 40 right after this. Oof, that's a feels bad.
Yeah, that's tough. Not gonna lie.
That is tough. I actually thought the San Francisco player had turned around and spotted it. I thought he had a chance to go back and pick that one up. But Green Bay just kind of was just a duck there. This is going to put Green Bay in prime position here. Yeah, I haven't taken the reason I haven't taken the iPhone out of the box is because my case and screen protector don't arrive until tomorrow. And I know that if I do take this thing out of the box and try to turn it on, I will, despite the fact that my floor is carpeted, somehow manage to drop it in a non-carpeted area and completely destroy it. And that is, yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, sounds like you should just wait to open it.
I am, and that's why I still have this silly saran wrap thing over it. Yeah. All right, and we're back. After the interception, setting up the Green Bay Packers in prime field position here. Starting from the 40. We got a short field to work with. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers managed to make out of it. Their last two possessions have resulted in punts after they scored on their first possession here. And beautiful there. Great hands as the screenplay was completely blown up by Tart. You kind of saw this play developing. You had the man coming across in motion. Oh, this is the replay here of the interception. He's going for McKinnon here, and this is why I thought McKinnon kind of sees that this ball gets tossed up, but isn't in a position to, oh dear. He gets the arm, can't complete the follow-through.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets hit at a pretty bad time when he's throwing the football. He just needs to go down.
Yeah, pays for it. Look at the bottom of your screen. You get Malik Taylor here, one-on-one on the outside. Let's see if Rodgers goes. No, he's going to go to Aaron Jones across the middle, and he gets some help to go for about 11 yards there. Aaron Jones, nice piece of running. I can't remember if I'm playing against Aaron Jones. This might be a panic situation. Hold on. Let us consult.
Yeah, if you're a Packers fan, you can consider you can expect to continue seeing Aaron Jones here with just a hefty dose of giving him the football and trying to establish the run at a certain point here during the game.
No, luckily I am not. Although it looks like there was a roster change.
And here's going to be the flip back to Jones, and Jones is going to get around 7-8 yards there on that one. That one's not a pass for the people that have Aaron Rodgers. Good job there, Jones, by avoiding the first tackle. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Packers here.
Second and 4 from the 22. Jones is deep. That handoff is faked, and actually he will receive it now, but he's going to lose 5 yards. Wow, San Francisco all over it. Great discipline.
He probably should not even have thrown it or caught it at that point.
This is... So I understand why you catch it, because you're like always trying to make a play. And like, hey, maybe the guy goes in to tackle you and he misses, or just like he doesn't wrap you up or something, right? Also, you're looking at the quarterback and you're like, look, like Jones doesn't know that like he's about to get swarmed.
Yeah, they beat him. They beat the offensive line and actually got in front of the offensive line, which didn't enable them to be able to set the edge for that pass.
Rodgers was looking for Adams, but he won't find him. Oh my goodness, they're going to stop Irvin a yard short.
Close.
Or are they going to give it to him? Oh my. No.
He fell out.
I
He
think
fell
he's
out
short.
right. Nah, he fell right on the line. I think at least.
We're going to need well, the first down markers do have pylon cams as we have this right here. He is short, buddy. Oh, wait, maybe not.
He's not.
Oh, that is so close.
No, he's got it.
He's got it. All right. First down and 10 here for Green Bay. I thought they almost came up with an amazing play there. The San Francisco defense bailing themselves out would have held Green Bay to a field goal, as Adams is going to come across the top of the formation. Actually, are we going to get a challenge? Yes, we are. Challenge by Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers on that the ball.
I don't think this one's going to be overturned because they already basically ruled the fact that it was.
Let's see.
He's not out of bounds yet. Not out of bounds. Not out of bounds.
The knee's down.
Yeah, they're not going to change the spot.
I think he's inches short.
I don't think they're going to change it.
What do you think of Shanahan's throwing motion?
Bill's got a better one.
Bill
Belichick's
Belichick?
great when he throws it, yeah.
Does he actually throw it, or does he just like drop it at the front of the player? Of the ref, rather.
I think he just like tosses it at them. I'm not exactly sure.
I wonder if there's a coach that actually tries to hit the ref with it. Like, hey, you ref over there. Smack.
That would definitely be one way for them to get their attention.
That would definitely. Also, probably a way to get a fine. This one's a bit of a short break here. I think you might be right that they just say play stands as called. But I do think he is short. But the play will probably stand.
I'm still on commercial.
Oh yeah, we're still on commercial. Yeah. They're taking their time to review this. Should be coming back just shortly. All right, and back out of the commercial timeout here. Again, we're looking at where the knee is and where the ball is. The ball looks short of the line of gain by about a few inches. The question is whether they'll actually overturn the call if there was enough evidence on the field. The play was called a first down, and actually they did. It is 4th and inches. So Green Bay offense back on the field.
They do overturn this one then.
They did. Now, if this were Tampa Bay and Tom Brady, you would say this is a very easy quarterback sneak. There's no way Tom Brady doesn't get this. Not sure Aaron Rodgers does similar stuff. They might end up handing this off to Jones. They've had a lot of success running the football tonight.
Yeah, I think this one here you run, or just if they actually do not run the football, be ready for a shot at the end zone here.
Aaron Rodgers does have the ability to pick this up with his legs. He is kind of a dual threat. And that's Tanyan going across the formation, and Rodgers tried to get them to jump. They won't actually run the play. So they're going to settle for a field goal. Wow. Wow. This is kind of soft.
Wait, why are they still out there?
Now they're actually going to run the play? I mean...
It's very weird, I would have to say.
You have Devonte Adams leading the league since 2016. I remember when it was Jordy Nelson that was who Aaron Rodgers used to throw to. My goodness, there were some seasons with 2 or 3 seasons of having him on your fantasy team. You were lighting it up every single week. Adams so far, 3 receptions, 51 yards. He's got 14 fantasy points. Across the formation is Mercedes Lewis, and now they will actually run this play. And it is complete to Adams, and he will get the first down. It's a short pass for only 2 yards, but that's all they needed. They needed 6 inches, and so they've got it. 1st and 10. Did you just pull Devonte Adams' towel out of the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is also PI.
Oh, he just almost took his glove off. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, he's grabbing him, and he's all over him. If they don't get the first down there, I wouldn't have been surprised to see a flag called, or a flag thrown there.
He is so far all over him that he almost took his glove off. 10 straight touchdowns for the Packers here in the red zone. As starting from the 14, handoff is to Jones. He's going to find some running room on the left-hand side and just get swallowed up there. Jimmy Ward coming in with the hit to finish him off. 2nd and 10 from the 10. 2nd and goal from the 10. Actually, not even. 2nd and 6. They got a ways to go. Wow, they could still pick up another first down here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Packers here, I think you just kind of continue with the short passes in the ground game here, pick up the next first down, then just punch it in.
Yeah, you kind of keep the clock running, kind of trying to tire out San Fran's defense here, and as you said, Aaron Jones on the ground again, but that time only for a yard. 3rd and 5. A field goal would be a huge win for the San Francisco defense.
Yeah, 100%. They want to be able to get this stop here, but also, if you already went for it, if you're the Packers, I'm not sure why you wouldn't go for it again.
Down there at the bottom of your screen is Adams. He is one-on-one on the outside. Let's see if he goes for the corner. San Francisco wants a full start, but this should be a delay of game. I don't think they got this off. And Aaron Rodgers will go for the corner and Devonte Adams. And there's a flag.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too. I thought the play clock hit 0.
I think they're going to call the flag here on 22 and on a hold.
There's nothing here.
Are you serious? It's like the worst call I've ever seen in my life.
Wait a second. Are they actually going to call this?
Yeah, they called it.
That is awful.
That's not pass interference.
I mean, he does kind of give him a little push, but there's no like it's an open palm.
Yeah, it's
There's
not.
no
Yeah, it's like a
grabbing.
normal.
This
That's
is
a
football.
gift. That's a gift.
Oh my goodness, that was 3rd and 5, and now you have half the distance to the goal and 1st and goal. And he was going to be wide open. 83 was going to be wide open too. He decides to go with Mercedes Lewis, number 89, at the bottom of your screen. It's a touchdown anyway. And so the Packers seemingly gifted a touchdown here in the second.
Yeah, I would
Wow.
definitely feel pretty hard done there if you're
Wow.
if you're a 49ers fan or a bettor on the 49ers. That was I'm not going to agree at all with that pass interference call. I thought that was a pretty poor job by the referees, and then they set this pretty neat play up here actually. And then Mercedes Lewis just absolutely by himself. Rodgers with the little toss to him.
Yep, yeah, if you're the 49ers, it kind of feels like you're stealing your gold there, huh? Oh, my goodness. Crosby for the extra point, and that is through and good. And so we'll be right back. It's 14-3 here, Packers. 49ers coming up next. We'll be right back. Thanks, everybody. We'll just take a moment here to thank everybody hanging out with us. I know there's some folks on the YouTube side of things. There's plenty of folks on the Twitch side of things. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do the Thursday night games every Thursday. Well, obviously. Actually, no, not obviously, because they've been on Mondays before. So make sure to drop a subscribe on the YouTube side of things or a follow on the Twitch side of things. In addition, Fran, our expert football commentator and Liverpool supporter, does his fair share of Liverpool games. And we will have Duke basketball in the college season coming up in about 3 weeks now. As we are just about 20 days away from the potential start of college basketball. We still don't really know, Fran, unless you've seen something. I really haven't seen something in terms of a schedule or like.
No, there's been nothing that I've seen at all.
I've seen
I
like
think they're just waiting for the football to end.
Yeah, these ideas of like, oh, we're gonna host our own, like Duke's gonna host its own tournament, potentially on campus or something of the sort. But like I haven't seen a schedule, or I haven't seen like, and the games after that are gonna look like this, or we're gonna play only in conference, and we're not gonna do any out of conference, and so. Yeah, so I haven't quite seen anything like that we're expecting. But one way or the other, I think we will get some ball, so. Let's see, just about maybe another 30 seconds in the commercial on this side of things, and we will get the kickoff to San Fran. I think. Oh, it's a 30-seconder.
Yeah, it's still
30 seconds. All right. And we're back. Thank you, everybody, on the Twitch stream for joining us tonight. Love having you all. If you got any questions, throw them in chat. If you have any ideas or things you want to talk about during the halftime of this, also throw those in chat. We do have a couple topics that we'll cover, but if we want to know and hear from you guys, and we'll talk about that as well, as this is just a touchback here for San Francisco. I'm going to start their drive here in the second. We do our own little halftime show as well, so. Oh, are they saying Alexander is out? Oh. Yeah, Alexander getting hit in the head there. That's Jair Alexander, third-year man out of Louisville, cornerback for the Packers. Nick Mullins, who turned it over on on the previous possession and gave Green Bay about 40 yards of field to work with to get that touchdown, which now puts them at 14-3. And this is Hasty, and he is going nowhere fast. A single yard here on first down to start this drive off. You know, San Francisco just has to play cleanly Unfortunately, bad decision making by Mullins leads to an interception. Actually, really good play by Green Bay, but defensively. But Hasty down the power I as Craycroft comes across the formation. And that looks like a bit of an odd start. Mullins having to run for his life. Hasty with the catch, and now he's going to get about 3 yards. So, Fran, to your fantasy team, 1.3 points.
I'll take it. It's better than nothing.
Better than nothing, except Hasty goes off the field there. It is now 3rd and 6. Boy, if you're San Francisco, you really want to avoid a 3-and-out here. You just put your defense in a rather compromised position with Aaron Rodgers only having to go 40 yards. And you kind of want to get some momentum here. 5:45 left to go in the second. 8 seconds on the play clock. Mullins looking, surveying. Can he get something over the middle? It's almost intercepted again.
Oof.
By Savage. Ooh, I don't even think Mullins saw him.
No, I don't think he did. His reaction at the end almost appears that he was just completely surprised by what happened there. Just actually breaks off covering on Reed, yeah.
Yeah, Savage comes in from the safety position here. He's just kind of cheating down. Oh my! It was almost right to him. It actually was right to him. He just ends up dropping it. Boy, that should have been an interception going the other way for 6. And here's the kickoff, rather the punt. It's a good punt here. Fielded down at the 12. Wow.
That was skying punk. Yeah, that was a good one there.
I mean, this is right to Savage.
Yeah, he totally did not see him at all.
Right through his hands.
Yeah. That was a bad miscue from Mullen once again.
We have a quick commercial break here. We'll be right back with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, wow. That's a dodging the bullets on that one. Whew. Wanted to just a quick thanks and shout out to all the folks who are on the YouTube side of things. We are at a commercial within the game itself on Twitch, but if you do hop over to the Twitch side, which I think some of you have, you can actually get the game full video as you would if you were on TV, special for the Thursday night games. It's totally free as well, which makes it nice and convenient. But appreciate everybody hanging around and joining us here. If you the YouTube side, we keep it open, so if you want to engage or chat while we're in commercial, we're always here during that piece of it as well. Let's take a quick check on the stats of this game as we are... Why can't I click on this game live there? Yes? Aaron Rodgers so far, 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 8 carries, 50 yards. He's been running really good today. And Devonte Adams so far with a pretty stellar first half here. Fran, 4 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown. He's got 15 fantasy points for you if you have him on your team. And if you extrapolate across an entire game, boy, that's looking pretty good.
Yeah, he's been absolutely putting up numbers this entire season, and it's going to continue that way, I think.
And it might continue that way this game. We'll see here. Welcome back, everybody. This is Thursday Night Football here in Real Life Sports and Twitch. As Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers find themselves up 14-3 rather, sorry. Had a great first drive, then struggled a little bit. Punts on the next 2 possessions, then found themselves with a short field after an interception by Mullins, and managed to score their second touchdown there. Aaron Rodgers throwing both of those touchdowns, and so here we go. From the 13-yard line, it is Rodgers and the pack. Rodgers in the shotgun, and will survey, will look, and gets this sidearm. Actually, pass was just way off, to be honest. That attempted pass to Scantling. Not even close.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was actually a miscommunication or a bad route run, or that was actually just Rodgers off the mark there. Most likely a missed route.
Yeah, that possibly it looked like the 49er cornerback, if he had stayed upright, might have had a chance to make a play on the ball, but does not. So Green Bay here, 2nd and 10. And this handoff is going to go to Jones, who has nice running room up ahead. Actually, sorry, that's number 22.
It's Williams.
Yeah, I don't have a 22. Oh! And Rodgers, that's the quick snap here. Rodgers looking. Oh, it's intercepted! Oh, it happened right there, but there's a flag on the play!
I don't think the play's gonna count. It was a free play. I think it was offside by the defense. I'm pretty sure because you look at he rushed the snap and there were a few linemen or D linemen that were just run. We'll see here.
Ineligible or 12 men. 12 men on the field.
Yep.
12 men. Yeah. I mean, Rodgers threw it kind of lazily. He's sort of lackadaisically, but he sees this the whole way. He sees that the San Fran player is trying to get off the field and snaps it quickly. So to his credit, he actually converts a first down by penalty.
Yeah, it's a really smart play. I mean, he saw the man running off the field, and if you call the play there, no matter what, just get your team set, 5 easy yards.
Yo, big brain there. Big brain.
Big brain plays.
Big brain play. 5 head for sure, as Williams going to try to chew up some yards down the stretch here. Only gets about 4 on first down. 2nd and 6 coming up. Four minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first half. Green Bay leads it 14-3. Rush yards, pass yards, scrimmage yards, all in favor of Green Bay at the moment. San Fran has held in there, though. Managing to get it done defensively here. Packers 2nd and 7. Play clock ticking down. They do have 2 timeouts if they decide to use one. And on cue, yep. Aaron Rodgers will use the timeout. It's almost like I predicted it.
I don't really understand how this happens so much in the NFL. They know how much is on the play clock. Just,
they do.
I don't know why it's like a surprise all the time.
I feel like this happens a lot more. You see much more liberal use of the timeouts in the first half, just because they don't really matter as much, right? At the end of the game, you always come to we need to save the timeouts at the end of the game so that we can do the whole you stop them 3 times, you take 3 timeouts, you stop the clock, you give yourselves a final chance to make put a drive together and win. But I feel like in the first half they just kind of whatever. But I do end up agreeing with you. It's some of the clock management. Now, if this happens in the second, this absolutely comes back to bite you. We saw what happened in Buffalo, right? In Kansas City, that almost didn't get away with it a couple of weeks ago. In any case, Rodgers once again, 2nd and 7 from the 26. And Rodgers, that pass complete up ahead to Jones. And so that'll just be 1 yard. It is kind of crazy, though, the way that the fantasy scoring is built. That you're just just keep throwing it to him. Even if he just gets a yard, as long as he gets 10 catches, he's totally fine.
I mean, right now I'm winning my fantasy game.
It's early.
I know, we should just stop counting.
I was about to... God, you took it right out of my mouth again, as Aaron Rodgers is going to run for the first down, and he will get it across the 35.
And I'll give I'll tip my cap over there to Aaron Rodgers. It's actually pretty impressive out sprinting a DN. Those guys are pretty athletic.
He's got wheels.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, 99's tracing him down.
I was literally going to tell you it's early, you should wait, and we should count the points at the end, and you totally beat me to the punch. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's a
winning. It's over.
meme dude, at this point.
Yeah, it's over.
A meme. As we go, Jones up the middle, and that is going to be about 2 yards there up the middle for Jones.
But hey, if the other person had someone playing today, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh,
Sunday
sorry.
counts.
Irvin, not Jones.
Sunday
Irvin,
counts.
not Jones. Sunday counts. You got to count them on Sunday. And Monday, by the way, despite the fact that it's going to be New England and the Jets. So I don't even know. But I got Jamison Crowder playing, so I need somebody. What is it? Darnold's going to throw to him. Throw something at it in his direction.
I almost feel bad that they have to play that game.
I agree, especially in prime time. Rodgers with Irvin Irvin coming across the formation. That's a fake handoff, and he's going to go for Irvin. That's a beautiful pass there. Kind of
It's run out of
off-balance
bounds. Run out
pass.
of bounds.
He is out of bounds. That will stop the clock as Green Bay has another first down, and they are driving. Actually, that will not stop the clock.
Yeah, it didn't. He dragged him out of bounds. So I think they're just going to wait for the 2.
Nice little throw there by Rodgers. Yeah, they're just going to wait for the 2-minute warning. It's going to drive this thing down. And we are going to reach the 2-minute warning here. Green Bay leading 14-3 in Santa Clara tonight. We'll be right back after this for the final 2 minutes of the first half. Stick around. Thanks, everybody. We should count them. I agree. Count them. Count the fantasy points. Even the 1 yards.
I'm winning by 1.5 points right now. That's all I have.
Winning by 1.5 points. There have been times, though, where people have won on corrections.
Oh, yeah, like they get a certain amount of yardage or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like after the fact, like they go in and correct the stats. Like so and so actually got like 15 yards instead of 16 yards or something, or like the other way around, 16 instead of 14 or whatever. I've had people like I've seen that happen. That like the game is so close that like, yeah. For all of those on the YouTube side of things, good evening. Welcome into the stream. This is Ritz and Fran on Real Life Sports. Unfortunately, unable to be joined by Nate, our third co-caster for these Thursday night games today. Do expect him back in the weeks to come, however, and then for the next broadcast. If you're on the YouTube side of things, jump on over to Twitch. We can actually show you the game live on that side of things, and let us know what you want to talk about during halftime as well. So we will have our own little halftime show. Since the Fox does theirs, they don't give much time to it, and we'll just talk about various topics around the NFL. And if there's a specific one you want to talk about, let us know, and we will hit that up. Also, I am watching the current commercials that are coming across on the Twitch side of things. There was literally a Christmas commercial there, and it is November 5th.
Damn.
I am concerned. I am concerned. Yes.
Hey, people are already dropping Christmas albums, so be careful.
People are dropping Christmas albums?
Yeah, didn't
Who?
someone... Fuda said somebody dropped some Christmas album in the last raid we did.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, oh wow, it's kind of early for this.
We haven't even hit Turkey Day yet.
Yeah, we haven't even done anything.
Yeah. Soon, though, you know what we're going to get is all the car commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. Although apparently trucks have been selling very well during the pandemic somehow. Apparently.
Because it's the it's the most selling vehicle in America.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So it'll keep selling.
Watch in motion here. No, Rodgers is going to take a shot. He's got a man wide open. He wants everything, and
over.
he gets it. Scandling right over the top of everybody.
He's not dropping that one that time.
Woo! I thought they were going for the little wheel route at the bottom of the screen, but Scandling just goes above.
Is
and
it just
beats
me or
everyone.
the corner just like stops sprinting?
Yeah, right?
Right?
Okay, he's 36. Oh my God, he's just got him flat-footed. He just turned him around.
Yeah, but he's
man.
like stopping. Like he has time to make up space.
Couldn't even catch up.
I was a little disappointed by the the effort shown by the corner there.
Mason Crosby puts it through, and it's 21-3. I don't disagree with you that I would be disappointed by the effort, but he kind of broke him on the hip twist there early on. Let's see, we're going to get the replay here. I mean, he's playing this decently well, and he thinks he's going to break outside.
Instead, he thinks he's going to go down to the other side of the pylon there, but he ends up just cutting in to the goalpost, which, I mean...
Instead, he cuts in, post route.
Just don't understand.
Whew. Easy.
I mean, this is now 1 time from the 49ers and 2 times from the Green Bay Packers. Like, don't... Like, actually react to the wide receiver. Don't anticipate the wide receiver. They've anticipated the wide receiver now, like, 3 times, and it's just ended up awful.
Well, they've been wrong.
Yeah, you can't anticipate. You just have to at least stick with them.
I mean, I think you want to try to anticipate a little bit. Try to read sort of where the play is going. If I had to guess...
Yeah, but he jumped in that direction.
Yeah.
Like, he fully committed.
Yeah. Rodgers may have looked him off, too. San Fran's going to try to return this. It's going to go out to about the 24.
Oh, there goes the mouthpiece.
That is no further. Minute 47 here, so a chance for Mullins and the San Francisco 49ers to put a drive together, to run a 2-minute drill. They absolutely need points before the halftime.
Wow, they literally have him driving the car.
Well, I mean, they have him taking his foot off the gas. Does that really count as driving?
It's
Either that or you
clever.
put it in...
It's pretty clever, I guess.
Put it in neutral and roll them up or something. Mullins down to pass. He's going to put this over the middle, and that
this is not good. If he... never mind. Didn't go far enough.
Yeah, it didn't go far. It doesn't get enough mustard on that. Although Richie James was out there.
So, yeah, I was going to say, this is the position the 49ers do not want to be in, and this is the position Mullins does not want to be in, being forced to throw on basically every single possession at this point.
Wrecked. Oh.
Yeah, it's a tough hit to take.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
No wonder Jimmy G's so injured all the time.
Well, the line has also been injured. That pass to the outside there.
It's better.
Brought in by Craycroft, and San Francisco's got to go here. 3rd and 5.
I mean, I'll be honest here. I don't want to sound like that ridiculous, but like, you just want to put some passive stuff together there, get some positivity going.
You need a first down here, because what you don't want to have happen is that you somehow pass this thing and stop and miss it, and then stop the clock, and all of a sudden Rodgers has a minute and a timeout, and they come down the field and score again.
Yeah, they're just trying to kill the clock. If they were trying to score, they would have hiked the ball already. Absolutely.
That's why they're going all the way down to 3.
They'll probably just call a timeout.
Will call their final timeout. Yep. This is exactly what they were doing. They don't want Aaron Rodgers back out on the field here in the first half. Gotta say, might be a long night for the 49ers if this keeps going the way it is.
Yeah, this is what I was initially worried about. It wasn't even necessarily the Packers getting off to a hot start, but over time, I mean, they're just going to be able to break down the team. Like, the individual players are just actually better, bigger, and stronger, especially when you're playing against backups and practice squad players and all that. So, I mean, it's starting to show as well. You can see the defensive breakdowns that Rodgers has been able to pick apart.
Yep, Mullins here in 3rd and 5. And Craycroft in motion, gets set. Mullins looking for him. No, he's actually going to pick up. Oh, Richie!
Oh, my.
Richie, buddy. It hits him in the numbers. Can't bring it in. 4th and 5 now. Green Bay has a timeout. If I was Green Bay, I would just put the pedal to the floor and say go for this thing. Just basically try to end the game before halftime.
Yeah, he's got to catch that.
It's over. He's got to catch that. I mean, it's in the numbers. The punt here, and that is up and good. Also, if you were San Fran, I wouldn't throw out the possibility of maybe a fake punt at some point in the second half just to try to get something going. 44 seconds here for Rodgers in the pack. They've been able to score quickly. Let's get a little bit of a blitz here. Rodgers almost 150 yards. Got the 3 touchdowns. Aaron Jones having a nice night. Devonte Adams getting whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to just pick apart the defenses pretty much however they want besides 2 possessions.
Yeah, those 2 possessions actually gave me a lot of hope. And now my hope has been dashed. Rodgers stepping back to pass from the outside. Hasn't really been pressured tonight, but he goes down.
Yeah, and then
Rodgers
in this situation here, if you're the Packers, just run on into the locker room.
Take it in. Take it into the locker room. Take it into the locker room. At this point, take it into the locker room.
It's probably the best thing you could do here. That was actually almost even a fumble from Rodgers, so.
It was. That would have been a disaster. The first time that San Francisco has been able to get to Rodgers tonight. And they're just going to.
That ball was moving before he hit the ground.
You think it was actually a fumble?
I don't know. It didn't look. It didn't look 100%.
I have a replay here.
One angle, it seemed like the ball.
No, it's fine.
No, he's fine. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he has it. He has it tucked underneath. It's fine. That's really the first time Rodgers has really even been hit.
Yeah, it's the only time he's been touched. I mean, they can't even chase him down when he's running.
So, make sure if you're on the YouTube side of things, flipping over to Twitch, we're going to do our halftime show. Halftime topics here in just a second. It's 21-3. Packers ahead of the 49ers in Santa Clara. And we'll be right back. See, the nice thing is that I get to flip this. And it's just like, it'll just like be ready to roll. Oh, I know, I have to. That was actually a rather quick break here. I was almost gonna make the analogy. This is what happens like when you take your B team into raid.
Yeah,
you just kind of get wiped.
That's what that's what everybody was saying. That's why it just doesn't make sense they're playing this game. It just makes no sense. You just moved it to Sunday, and you would have had like everybody back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you weren't getting Kittle back.
No, you're not going to get Kittle back, but you're getting everybody off of the COVID waivers back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What's the protocol on them actually having to clear that?
You just have to test negative.
Twice. More than once, I thought.
Yeah, today and tomorrow. 2 players today tested negative, I'm pretty sure. But they can't play.
Okay. Yeah, they should have definitely moved the game.
It just makes no sense because they moved the game for the Titans, who did not listen to any of the rules and held like outdoor practices in a high school place, which you're not supposed to do. And then the Packers and the 49ers do everything exactly by the book and nothing.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. Roasted.
Just absolutely screwed.
F in chat. All right, so we're back here. We got our halftime topics listed. It is 21-3 here. Packers ahead of the Niners. Quick stats check so far. Aaron Rodgers, 149 yards. And hold on, let's make sure that this is correct. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, with 149 yards and 3 touchdowns. Spectacular catch there by Devonte Adams. He's got 1 touchdown, and Marquise Valdez-Scantlin has the other touchdown on seemingly just a breakdown in the secondary here. 55 yards and 4 receptions for Adams, if you're tracking him on the fantasy side of things, gives him 15 and a half points. And then Aaron Jones getting it done in the ground game for the Green Bay Packers. 8 carries for 50 yards and a long of 11 on the side of the 49ers. Not much going here. Nick Mullins hasn't even broken 100 yards passing. He does have that 1 interception. And so far, Aaron Rodgers has just been sacked once. Nick Mullins so far has stayed clean, actually. No sacks against him. And Richie James is sort of the standout for the San Francisco 49ers. 4 receptions and 72 yards. Fran, this is kind of playing out the way you thought it would.
Yeah, this is exactly kind of how we expected this game to play out, with the 49ers missing so many players through injuries and then about 4 to 5 off of COVID waivers. I mean, this entire offense hasn't been able to practice since Tuesday. You can see that they haven't been able to practice since then either. They've been off the mark. The routes hasn't been the same. The protection also hasn't been very good. And it's actually led to some turnovers from Bolin as well because of the pressure. But overall, I mean, I hate to say this, but it's pretty much like a college football team or like a B team up there playing against, an NFL-ready practice squad. I mean, yes, the Packers did have their COVID issue, but they still didn't need to shut down their facility. They still were able to practice, so they're all still on the same page and aren't dealing with as many injuries. But I mean, it's pretty difficult to compare both teams. One's just far superior with the players they have available.
Yeah, Green Bay getting it done just in all phases of the game. I think they're going to cut to commercial here for a second, and that means that we'll be forced to go to commercial as well. So we're going to tee up actually the next topic I was going to tee up was the big game struggles from Lamar Jackson. We'll talk about that as soon as we get back. All right, that was the quick 30-second break, and so we're back. All right, Fred, your Pittsburgh Steelers didn't quite hand it to the Ravens. They won. They won a really interesting back-and-forth game, especially that second half. Always in a tough rivalry. Pittsburgh with a final score 28-24. Lamar Jackson, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. At this point, he's being criticized, rightly warranted, that he beats the teams that he should beat, and then he's losing to the teams the really good teams, like the Kansas Cities of the world. They lost that game. They lost to Pittsburgh, and so questions swirling: can Lamar Jackson actually win a big game?
Yeah, so I mean, Lamar Jackson's only going to be able to win a big game when he can actually perform to the level of the quarterback on the opposing side of the football. In all these games, basically, he's been up against Pat Mahomes, he's been up against Tom Brady, he's been up against Ben Roethlisberger, all these type of players, right? I mean, ultimately, the Ravens' defense and the Ravens' special teams puts them in a position to win. Every single time it has been somewhat close, but every single time you have to point the finger and look back at Lamar Jackson and be like, well, if you don't make these turnovers, we probably win the game. So ultimately, at the end of the day, the reason why they're losing these games is they're actually just not better at a certain position, and that's at quarterback. Compared to that, many people will be like, what do you mean Lamar Jackson's one of the best quarterbacks? Yeah, he's one of the best. He's one of the best quarterbacks in running the football. So most of these teams, they obviously will just sit back, they'll pack the box with 8 and go, all right, we'll try to pick us apart and see what you can do. And that's basically exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers did and let him do. And with that, he threw interceptions. This has been the recipe every single time of how to beat Lamar Jackson is to basically just get him to throw the football, and he's just not as effective as it. Maybe he doesn't have enough receivers. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but that's still the problem with him moving forward, and it still will be the problem with him moving forward. If he can overcome the passing troubles, then he will be fine.
Yeah, well, it was actually, that ties into some of the news coming out of Baltimore. Apparently, Marquise Brown complaining on social media about wanting more catches. I think Twitch is going to go commercial. We'll keep going here on this topic here on the YouTube side of things. Basically saying that, Marquise Brown being one of the best weapons that Baltimore has, and Brown venting his frustrations for getting career low 2 targets in the Pittsburgh game. And even Jackson himself acknowledged that Brown is a key player on the offensive side of the ball, and he needs to do better to get him the ball as quickly and as quickly as he can. So.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. You look at last season, and Brown was one of his main receivers the whole time. I mean, this is just the passing game just has not evolved from last season at all. The team's actually gotten worse from last season. The offense has actually gotten worse from last season. Is it getting worse, or are people just has more tape to be able to watch and actually get better at it and be able to understand the offense and how to start it? I'm not exactly sure, but the numbers and the statistics aren't necessarily where they used to be.
Yeah, we kind of wonder about that because you see a lot, like, especially when there was a lot of the zone read stuff coming in with Manziel and RG3. Like, they sort of took, well, not Manziel, but RG3 did have success in that first year of when he was a rookie, right? And then the league's defensive coordinators wised up to it, and then it just completely shut it down. And to some degree, I've sort of seen it. We've commented on Kansas City not being quite at the level, like the explosive level of their offense than they were last season. So I think some people are also keying in there.
Yeah, but the Kansas City part is ultimately at the end of the day, really what's going to win you the football game is what I had spoken about before. Is like Pat Mahomes is still going to be able to step up and win.
Yes,
yes, he doesn't need the other aspects of he doesn't need the other parts of the team. Yeah, they have to play their part, but I mean, they just have to be able to do okay, and they'll still be able to get carried. That's the thing with Lamar Jackson. Like, all the other parts of the offense, defense, special teams can do really well, but he ultimately still needs to play well to get them over the finish line.
Yeah, I know. I would take Mahomes over Jackson as well. Just the first seems to have.
I take Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson right now.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he can pass the ball.
So Justin Herbert here. He actually he will play against the Las Vegas Raiders. They will be in LA. I was actually just kind of looking at the schedule coming up. Probably an interesting game to actually watch. John Gruden and the Raiders against the Chargers there. So
yeah, I mean,
just
unfortunately for the Chargers, they just can't finish games. Their defense isn't as good as it used to be. They still have a young QB, all that type of stuff. It's fine. I mean, the Chargers aren't going to do that well this season, but then next season they at least know they have a quarterback. They have a good quarterback, and you just got to build around that. And I think they'll kind of be fine.
You're thinking that Tyrod Taylor has basically lost his job at this point?
Yes.
Wow.
There's no way he's coming back. He's not as good as him. Tyrod Taylor literally can't put up the numbers Justin Herbert's putting up.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you never like to see somebody lose their job due to injury, but, like, you have seen this happen in the past.
It really wasn't due to injury.
Well, it was more like malpractice. But
yeah, I mean, that doctor's going to lose that lawsuit and then be like, yeah, I was also supposed to play all these games, and I didn't because you injured me, and I lost my starting job. So what do I do now?
Right.
I'm sure he's owed a sizable amount of money. He could win that one pretty well.
But we did see, like, Alex Smith did originally lose his job due to injury because Colin Kaepernick came in, and there was that whole series, right? Back, mid-2010s-ish?
That was when the lights went out on Baltimore.
That was when... No, that's when they decided to pay Joe Flacco an incredible amount of money for winning a Super Bowl, which was an absolute fluke.
Yeah, everybody knew that was an idiotic decision.
And everybody knew that. But
it was just paying your quarterback for getting you the dub. That's all it
Somehow
was.
NFL GMs don't seem to make rational decisions from time to time.
I don't think any GM makes rational decisions.
Looking at some of the other coming up here on the schedule, it will be the Seattle Seahawks will travel to Buffalo. Seattle at 6-1, Buffalo at 6-2. That game is probably going to be fascinating. It's a 10 p.m. kickoff on the West Coast, but Seattle has said in the past, I think when they went to play Miami earlier, they're totally okay playing early games. They actually prefer to play the early games here, as San Fran will take this one out of the end zone here. It's a good run up past the 30. And so look for the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills this week. 1 o'clock kickoff for all those on the East Coast. Baltimore, who we're talking about, Lamar Jackson, will go play at Indianapolis. And then Houston and Jacksonville. Do you even want to decide between 2 1-6 teams?
I'm actually starting Deshaun Watson over Drew Brees this week.
Interesting.
I hope he can do something. Well, Drew's got the injury.
Because you think the shoulder with Brees, you're worried about the shoulder. Yeah, okay. But is Herbert taken? Oh, that was almost picked off here too.
Herbert's taken.
Herbert is taken. All right. You know who did I put instead of Russell Wilson for? I had Matthew Stafford in for a week when Russell was out. He was fine. Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans 5-3 and 5-2. Honestly, this game kind of tells you who's real and who's not. Because I'm not convinced by either of these two teams. I'm a bit more convinced by Tennessee, like Derrick Henry and such.
I mean, I just don't really understand the whole Nick Foles thing. The reason why he's quarterback is to not turn the ball over. And he's just turning the ball over. I think you have to go back at Trubisky.
Okay, well that's you're
Mike Trubisky didn't. I mean, look at the stats. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't throw picks.
Right, but they switched because they wanted sort of more down the field throwing, right? They wanted to be able to open up those down the field throws. But to your point, if Foles is just chucking it to the other team.
I mean, the whole point of having the defense there and everything was the defense is good enough to just keep the game close. Just don't turn the ball over and they'll win.
Yeah, it would be interesting to follow if Trubisky at some point in the season gets his job back. Carolina and KC is another interesting game coming up. Again, we do expect, I think, CMC to come back in that. And here's Hasty, who's going to lose you 2 yards, which is not good. So I'd be very interested to see what happens with Carolina and KC if you do get McCaffrey back. If he's on some sort of, load management or minutes restriction even. But that would be an interesting game. New York Giants and the Washington football team. Oh, boy. I guess I don't even know. I'm playing the Washington defense, so I'll probably keep tabs on that game to see how many times Daniel Jones turns.
I don't know what's worse, that or the Pats-Jets game.
The Pats-Jets game. There's the play-action pass here to Julie. Is going to come up short of the first down. We'll get about 8 yards on that. 3rd and 4 coming up here for the 49ers on their first possession of the third quarter. The Detroit Lions and Minnesota Vikings. Vikings at 2-5 is a surprise.
Yeah, that team's just heavily dropped the ball. It just goes to show Kirk Cousins isn't the guy.
Denver will play at Atlanta. Atlanta came out with the win last week here on Thursday Night Football that we did against Carolina. My guess is Denver hasn't had all that much success, and as Mullins basically threw it at the Green Bay defender, and his teammates asking him why the heck he didn't catch that, because that should have been a pick.
Oh my God, that was so bad.
In the ground. Never mind. It looked more like he could have had a shot.
It was such a bad throw. The corner didn't even know where it was going and hit him in the leg.
Didn't even know where it was going. This kick and the punt from Wishnowski.
Oh, just got that bounce.
Yep, they did. And Green Bay is going to start at its own 20 as Aaron Rodgers back out on the field. Pack up 21-3. We'll be right back. was such a bad throw, the corner didn't even know where it was going.
It wasn't even close to the guy.
Wasn't even close.
It was literally behind him.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple of times now, actually, where the throw's just been behind. It's just been off.
Wow.
What?
So after the NFL doesn't want to cancel this game or do anything about COVID, they took a draft pick away from the Raiders and fined
what?
Gruden $500,000
For what?
for Trent Bound's positive test back in October. Being a repeat offender NFL's COVID policy. Gruden apparently didn't wear a face covering during the victory over the Saints, and he got fined $100K.
We knew about that.
Then the Raiders were fined $250. Then the Raiders again were fined $350 for mask violations. $165 for maskless players at fundraisers. $50K from unauthorized locker room visitor, and then $650,000 for the entire Brown incident.
Wow.
Looks like they're making their money back.
The NFL is making their money from the team.
Jesus.
Go ahead. We'll as soon as we come out of commercial, you can sort of go over that because only the YouTube side of things catches that conversation.
I need to find that article again. Raiders.
Should be back in about actually right now. All right, Fran, you were reading some of the latest headlines coming across the tape. What do you got for us?
Yeah, some of the new headlines coming into the NFL is that John Gruden has been fined $500,000. Or no, the team has been the Raiders have been fined $500,000. John Gruden an additional $150,000, and also the new Las Vegas Raiders will lose a 6th-round draft pick for COVID protocol violations related to Trent Brown's positive coronavirus in late October. I'm gonna go with the draft pick's quite excessive there.
Yeah, 6th round is like, it's like whatever though.
You know how many good players there are in the 6th round that we always have to talk
Tom
about?
Brady,
and stuff?
Tom Brady
Yeah.
in the 7th round. Actually,
I mean, there's still a lot of good players in a lot of at the end of drafts for the NFL.
That is true. It is true. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers not a 1st-round pick, actually. Yeah. Getting back to it here, though, on this possession. First possession of the second half for Rodgers and the Packers. Almost said the Pats and the Pack. Pats pack. Across the formation here is Scanling again, and that's going to go to Aaron Jones, who's going to try to twirl his way up to the line of scrimmage for no gain. 3rd and 7 coming up. Let's see if the San Francisco defense can hold on here and force a 3-and-out. What they really need is a turnover.
Yeah, that's the only way they're going to get back into this game. There's no way they're going to get back into this game if they're trading possessions. Just no shot.
Remember, it was a turnover interception, and was it the pick 6 that got Pittsburgh back in the game against Baltimore this weekend? That was the big play, right?
Yep. That was the pick that kind of changed everything for us.
Yeah, they're on the right sideline at that point. Rodgers on a 3rd and 7. Empties out the backfield, thinking about it, pumps once, now going for the whole thing, and he's got
open.
Adams!
It's wide
yes,
open.
And Adams is going to tiptoe the sideline, and he's just out of bounds. Couldn't maintain his balance.
I mean, it's just playing in the backyard football here for the Packers. I mean,
On 3rd and 7.
I don't really understand how Devonte Adams gets so open every time. It's just
He's
so
really good.
bad. It's just bad.
I don't understand how he doesn't keep his balance. I mean, he could have taken this thing into the house. Maybe he was thrown a little behind. Oh, yeah, he stepped out. Yeah, he's out.
There.
I actually think he stepped out 2 steps in front of that, but in either case. From the 28 here, Handoff is to Jones. Jones right up the middle. And another explosive play for this Green Bay Packer offense.
Yeah, I mean the Packers have been, this is classic Aaron Rodgers. It's just playing the run, getting the other team used to the run, packing the box, and then you just throw it right over the head of them and drop a beautiful dime right in there once your wide receivers are able to get open.
That's what I was hoping we were going to get a chance to see tonight. I was also hoping that on the other side we were going to get to see Garoppolo go to work, but unfortunately circumstances dictate otherwise. Aaron Jones once again in the backfield, and in motion is Scantling to the bottom of your screen. And Rodgers thought about it, and now gets it across to Jones, and he is going to get about 5 yards due to the forward progress. Ooh, a little bit of fisticuffs here, a little bit. It was actually started by Green Bay. I would expect San Fran to be the ones to start anything.
Well, it's because he was going. It's because they blew the play dead, they blew the whistle, and then they still finished the tackle on him, and he basically gave himself up to not really try to get tackled, which you can get injured doing that.
That pass there puts Aaron Rodgers above 200 yards for the game. I mean, part of me thinks that he's going to put up 400 here tonight. Jones across in motion. Sets up on the right side of Rodgers. 49ers look like they might bring the blitz, and they do. Wide open. Rodgers passes out of
Easy.
it, and Adams still working, dancing. Yep, just finds his way out of bounds there. Another pass to complete to Devonte Adams.
Yeah, just an easy pitch and catch there from Adams. You can see him coming up. They stack the receivers, and then the corners don't know which way to go. Gives space for Adams, and he's able to easily pick up that first down.
It's a good play by Rodgers to get the ball out of his hands quickly. He saw the blitz coming right up the middle, actually. I don't recall if he actually took a hit on it, but Adams now at 115 yards and a touchdown for the game. Do we see him? Yeah, he's at the top of your screen at the front of that triangle there. Now across the middle of the field. Rodgers going to put this up, and that is just going to be
a lot of running backwards.
Yard. Yeah, he actually, there's no forward progress there. He gave himself up pretty good as he went backwards, so just a yard. 2nd and goal coming up for Rodgers and the Packers.
Packers here also just content to just take their time, go slow, not rush anything, make sure it's good, it's set, take the plays from there. There's no rush here for the Packers, no need to hurry up. They have a comfortable lead here, they want to grow it. They just need to do the right thing in there. You can see 1 sack, 1 knockdown. That 1 sack was actually at the end of the half.
Yep, I don't expect the Packers to snap this ball, snap any balls really beyond 10 seconds.
And Devonte!
Not quite. Devonte down at the 1. Not quite gonna get his 2nd touchdown.
Some people are crying on fantasy that he didn't get in.
I know. Those are always the toughest ones, because then you look back at the week and you're like...
But I mean, then again, if you have Devonte Adams, the last thing you're going to be doing is crying about fantasy. You probably won every single game.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. 3rd and goal here from the 1-yard line. Is San Fran going to manage? Hold on. 4, 8, 11. They do have the right number of personnel on the field. Again, 4 seconds on the play clock. Man in motion there by Green Bay. Rodgers rolling out to his right. He wants Adams, but he can't get him. Rodgers finds Scantling again in the back of the end zone. 2nd touchdown for the tight end.
Yeah, and Valdez was actually covered the whole time when he rolled out initially, so I would like to see a replay.
Is he available in our league? Because can I please, pick him up?
I would like to see where the defender left Scanlon.
Who is Scanlon, please?
I'm confused how he's so open, because initially he's not. Scanlon cuts there, and then he cuts back to the corner. He actually gets grabbed in the face mask there. It's a tough corner play. They're not having a good day. The secondary for the 49ers just does not know what to do. There's the replay there of Aaron Rodgers Scanlon. Easy pitch and catch. Nice move there, and that's 4 TDs. If you got Aaron Rodgers, good for you.
It's 4 TDs and well over 200 yards at this point.
I'm going to fill up my water.
Yep. Actually, What the heck? Where is Scantling? Scantling. I spelled it right. He's listed as a wideout, not a tight end. Sorry. Huh. Are you kidding? He's on waivers. What? Oh my god. Did you just get dropped? Fascinating. For all of those of you hanging out on the YouTube side of things, jump on over to the Twitch side. We're currently in commercials, and so a little bit of stoppage in the game right now. It's a short commercial break, but we'll come out of it soon enough. You get to watch the game for free, the actual game footage, that is. And if you have any questions for us, feel free to put them in to either of the two chats. We're watching both places for you. And thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Let us know if you're rooting for the Packers or the 49ers. Remember, the spread was 7 points, and that's one that we both said when we looked at it, we're like, be willing to put some money on that one, because I think Green Bay is going to come out with a lot more than 7 tonight. And so far, they have done just that. It is 28-3. And we are back here on Thursday Night Football, as I was mentioning, 28-3 for the Green Bay Packers against a very depleted San Francisco 49er team. Definitely not the same team from a year ago. Fran, we should have taken that. We should have taken that bet, buddy.
Yeah, Nick Merckx lost like $2,000. He bet on the 49ers for some reason.
What?
Yeah. I was
Why?
like, what? It's like the dumbest. I saw it on Twitter or something. I was like, what are you doing?
Wow. Content, dude. For content.
I mean, one thing I was thinking is like, you just do a parlay or you do a bet and then you just give it out if you win.
Well, the parlay requires more than one.
Well, right, I know, but like if it's like a Premier League thing or like during the Champions League, you just do like you put like 3 bets out, put like just $10 bet, like $20 bet, and then whatever it turns into, it's going to turn into like 100. You just keep whatever cover is yours, and then you just give it away to the stream.
Yeah, give it away to the stream. We could totally do that, actually. Nick Mullins here still hasn't quite gotten to the 100 yards. The pitch backwards there to McKinnon. McKinnon trying to make something out of this. Oh, he will actually get 9 yards. Nice piece of running there by McKinnon. Up ahead for 9. Just shy of the first down, but ahead of the sticks. And on schedule, as they would say.
I mean, when I was reading the information about my my Hines guy, or my running back, they said he was second string. He's going to get a lot more touches, but I mean
Hasty.
Hasty. I mean the whole offense literally has like 5 touches.
Yeah. This one to McKinnon again, dodges him into the backfield, still trying to make that first down. I think he does. He did make it. You saw C.J. Beathard there, potentially warming up or seeing if they'll make a quarterback swap. This was a first down. They were waving that one across. Here, the spotlight on number 91, Preston Smith, 6-year man out of Mississippi State. Aaron Rodgers is, he's gotten away from the discount double check.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe that's not a thing anymore. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was going to be intercepted.
Oh, and
that's
there is the WWE
tackle,
move.
and then he's going to be called for excessiveness.
Yes. Excessive.
Absolute excessiveness.
The WWE tackle with the front flip as well. Whoop! Bang. Yep. You can't dunk the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of impressive to show you how strong he is, I guess. But I don't know. It's not illegal.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty similar to what happened to Jones on the other play, but he like didn't get slammed.
Yeah. 5:50 to go here in the third. And McKinnon going to go out wide. This does put the 49ers into plus territory. 15 yards. They'll take them as they get them. They're only rushing three. The ball's
it's a fumble.
out. That is on the ground. It's a fumble. And looks like Green Bay is over it. Only rushing 3. They managed to get to Mullins. And Green Bay comes up with the fumble.
Wow. Schooley here, just wow, that rip through move, getting the arms around. That's an unbelievable move there, right there. That's awesome. That's some big time strength. And wow, yeah, poor guy, dude. He had no idea that was coming.
No idea.
Poor dude.
Oh man. Mullins gets the worst of that. And that is absolutely a fumble. So another mistake here. Green Bay going to go to look to put the nail in the coffin. And I need a refill of my water.
So they're going to get it back on the 50-yard line? Jeez. I mean, at a certain point, if you're the 49ers, when you're just like, yeah,
there is no such thing as a mercy roll.
Help.
Help.
Just don't hurt anybody at this point. Like, if I was the 49ers, I'd be like, I just hope nobody gets hurt. I just don't want any more people to get injured. Like, at least have, like, some resemblance of a team. In the future, at least.
Interesting. It says Aaron Jones was not always 100% lock for tonight's game. Apparently continued to recover from a calf injury. Well, let me tell you, the calf looks great so far tonight. He has been producing. 11 carries, 57 yards. He's also got 5 receptions, 21. Caught all of his targets. He's getting some points for you there.
I'm trying to see what I'm at right now. Oh, got a solid 1.6.
Oh, no. The win probability here for the Green Bay Packers, a solid 9.8.
Jesus, so bad.
Actually, it just went up, I think. It's at 81.1. All right, coming back after the fumble here. You're going to see the incredible move. The Packers were only rushing 3. Just gets beat off the edge. Wow. Wow.
It's just, it's one of those things when it's hard to like explain it because there's really not much of an explanation. It's just got beat.
Aaron Rodgers from the 47, and Rodgers just dumps this one off. Great awareness there.
Uh-oh.
And over the middle of the 30 to the 25, that is going to be Irvin. With a,
I always find it funny. They're like mostly like hits him and then like looks down at him like, oh, I got. It's like, dude, yeah, but I still got like 40 yards on you guys. Like, who cares?
23, but yeah.
It's just like very weird to me. It's like, oh, I laid you out. It's like, yeah, but we still moved the ball and we're gonna score a touchdown probably.
Yeah, that's when you just kind of point to the scoreboard and walk.
Yeah, just like there you go, dude. Like
trips receiver formation up at the top. And that is going to be Adams again, and Adams is going to get the edge and the first down. That will be enough.
How many points does this guy have?
A lot.
It's got to be in the 30s.
He's at 120 something with 7. It's 28 at least. 28 at least would be my guess.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we still have an entire quarter of football to go.
To be honest with you, I have trouble seeing them playing in the fourth quarter if they score here on a touchdown.
They might bring in the backups.
Yeah.
Adams again,
Yeah.
one-on-one to the back to the bottom there, and this is Irvin who gets across the first down marker down to the 10.
I mean, Irvin's running, not Jones anymore, right?
That's true.
Like-
Well, but we did just talk about while we were at commercial how Jones was recovering from a calf injury. We're
Yeah,
not
so you
exactly
probably-
sure. Yeah, that he was expected that he was going to play. We're not 100% that he was going to play tonight. So at this point, kind of to your point, I agree. I would just take him out, sit him, and said, "Thank you very much. Your job's done tonight." And so Irvin will get the touches here. Adams again here in the slot, and he circled it right after I said that, and the pass goes right there, and he is looking for the end zone and will be denied.
Close. It was really close
Tough.
there for the
No,
TD.
tough. He could taste it, man. You could.
Those are two. If you got him on your team, you're on both of those possessions. You're like, oh my god, he's so close.
Yeah, because they'd ended up going to Scanlon.
Scanlon on the other two.
Right, for the other ones.
Thank God I'm not
Adams
playing
only
anybody
has
against him.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you're
Total
over
yards.
at this point. It's over.
This is it, friend. There's your stat of the night.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
139.
I just feel bad for the 49ers.
You do see where Scanlon is, and here's Irvin. Is he gonna get his touchdown?
Oh, no.
Not quite.
It's a really nice move. I thought he was actually going to get stopped in the backfield, but he ended up doing a pretty good job there.
Single yard. Are they gonna give Aaron Rodgers his touchdown? Is he gonna walk this thing in?
That's the last thing I would do, is
That's a lie.
put
Just
Rodgers
protect
in
him.
any sort of position to get hurt in a
Yeah.
game like this.
You know, they came in. They were running. They established the run game early. Broke down the San Francisco defense. San Fran did have two, after the first possession where Green Bay went down and scored, San Fran had two really good defensive possessions, but since then it's been all Packers. One-on-one at the top of your screen now with Adams. Scanlon to the bottom of your screen. And Troy Aikman is just having fun with his highlighter pen at this point as Scanlon goes up in motion, and that is going to be a delay of game. They're going to make this a little bit harder on themselves.
Or easier, actually.
Yeah, good call. Sometimes you kind of want a little bit more room to work with. Because remember, if you're you can jam a receiver if you're within a yard.
If you're in, yeah, so like you can stop him the whole time.
Yep, and so the
But
end
now
zone is
once-
was at a yard.
So, but now once you get to the end zone, you cannot be touched.
Exactly. So you could have jammed the receiver the whole way, actually, as long as you were like essentially running back and forth on that the plane of the end zone. You could have basically jammed him up the entire way. But right now, we are getting the Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial.
It's always pretty interesting when they're on their own commercials, like when they're also playing on the same game. It's just like, ah, that's fascinating.
Just a dominant performance here by Aaron Rodgers. Completely clean. 9 of 9 here in the second half. Hasn't missed. So Aaron Jones actually is out on the field. Still, you have Devonte Adams, who is now coming across in motion. Are they going to give this to Jones? No, it's a fake. Jones is wide open at the top if they wanted him and missed it. And Aaron Rodgers is going to have to throw this away. Jones had the wheel route.
I think
Had it
there's a
up top.
little too much going on there.
First miss here of the second half.
It was almost
And,
too much on the play there that, like, the defensive end guy he just basically followed the ball, and he was just pushing the ball back further and further. Kind of unfortunate there. I always thought Mason Crosby was like Brett Favre's double. Doesn't it kind of look like Brett Favre?
A little bit. 19-yard attempt here, and that is up and through the uprights. 2 minutes left to go here in the third.
Hey, it's only a 4-possession ball game.
Green Bay has almost 10x the score of San Francisco, and we will be right back. It's only a 4-possession game.
It's only a 4-possession football game.
Only a 4-possession football game. And now the win probability for the Green Bay Packers has gone up by 0.1. The Bears will resume football-related activities Friday after pausing all in-person workouts and closing on Thursday when a player tested positive. Interesting. Yep, there's your fines. And then, I mean, you look over on the, if you open up the college football one, Washington Cal canceled. Air Force Army postponed. Minnesota defensive coordinator out, but that game is playing. Navy and Tulsa postponed. North Texas and LA, Louisiana Tech. Like, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 6 headlines, and 4 of them are all about postponements.
It's absolutely brutal.
Wow.
This is the problem when they're going to look at college football or college basketball. They're going to be like pretty discouraged by this going on, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tyler Lawrence going to be out again this week. Packers ahead 31-3 here as we come into the final few minutes of the third. Rodgers missed his man there at the end of that play, had to settle for a field goal, end of the drive rather, had to settle for the field goal as Mason Crosby will kick this off. All the kicks to San Francisco have been short.
Squib kick him.
Wow,
okay.
he just line drive that one.
I mean, you might as well have him pass the ball with his foot than Mullen.
Yeah.
At this point.
And that is returned out to the 35. And Mullen's still in the game here. No change at quarterback. So far, Richie James, the standout for San Fran on the offensive side of things. And San Fran, I mean, it did have its opportunities. Remember, Craycroft was able to grab one that was unfortunately didn't fall in bounds here. Craycroft again here in motion. Handoff is to McKinnon. And
McKinnon got there quick.
Yeah, that goes absolutely nowhere.
Come on, put him in.
Why? Kevin White.
Oh. Wrong one. Wrong person. Fuck. I thought that was
Hasty?
They have the same hair. Yeah, they have the same ponytails.
Hasty, yeah. I think so. Hasty is
now
actually
he's in.
the
Now
game.
he's in. All right, I was right.
Now he's in. And
oh,
the pass actually going to be to Richie. Richie has some room. Great block up ahead, and Richie he's at the 30. He's at the 25, the 20, down to the 15.
If he didn't stop and hesitate, he could have gotten another 5-10 yards, I would say.
It's a great block by Craycroft, actually. It kind of makes not that one, the other one, 67 here. The lineman is going to take out Savage and spring him free. All right, so you said they needed 4 possessions. Well,
and there's one.
There's one. Richie James now over 100 yards. Going to put Nick Mullins over 100 yards, too. Setting up here at the 14. Let's see if the 49ers can get it done in the red zone. Man in motion is Juszczyk up across, and that is going to be McKinnon. McKinnon going to find the edge there and get about 5 yards. And I think this is a hold on Juszczyk. There's a hold on the outside here. Something did not look right. Sorry, Mike McGlinchey. Yeah, there it is.
It's crazy. You get one of those plays, and then you're just back 10 yards.
Yep.
And then you got to work with a first and 20. It's just brutal. It's just
a first and 20,
absolutely brutal.
Power I formation here for the 49ers. McKinnon in the back. It's going to be Mullins to pass. Quick pass over the middle. That's a few of those yards back. Maybe get 8 to 9. Pass catch complete to Dwelly. Actually gets 10 back. 2nd and 10 coming up here for San Fran. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the third. Actually, I didn't even notice the time was ticking off.
I didn't even notice that. I thought they had run out of bounds at a certain point, so I thought it had stopped.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to all the folks on the YouTube side of the house for hanging in there with us tonight. It is a bit of a blowout tonight. It's kind of how we envisioned the game was going to go. Was at least we were accurate in our prediction there. But it is what we've got to work with at the moment. So let's take a look back at some of the other games going on this weekend. We kind of stopped there. I went to look at college football for a second. Duke actually won another football game, by the way.
Yeah, they covered their spread against Marshall, I think it was.
Charlotte.
Charlotte was? Okay.
Yeah.
One of the teams.
We stopped at Denver and Atlanta, actually. Denver, another team that's been struggling with the injury bug. Atlanta, though, just hasn't been able to put the pieces together. Fran, do you believe in the Falcons after the win last week?
No, I do not believe in the Falcons at all. I think that was just like a, hey, we're gonna like get this win, kind of move on, short week, new coach, all that type of stuff. But no, if anything, the Falcons players need to go over to Atlanta and help do their civil duty for everybody in the country.
Yes, count some
help count some ballots for everybody.
Yeah,
America's waiting.
The Las Vegas Raiders up against the LA Chargers. This was the game that you were eyeing earlier because of Justin Herbert's play.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think it's gonna be like a. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't necessarily expect the Chargers to win. I'm just pretty curious to see how Herbert does against Gruden, because he has a pretty good method of beating certain quarterbacks. I mean, he beat Mahomes. Granted, it was kind of a crazy game, and then ever since then they haven't been playing as well. But in these situations, he always kind of finds a way to like shut down the QB. It will just be kind of interesting in how he does that with a young QB.
Coming back here to the Bay, I guess we could have called this the Battle of the Bays. From the 14-yard line, 2nd and 10 for the Niners, trying to make this game just a touch more interesting up across the middle, and that play is incomplete. That was for Taylor. That was going to be a tough.
Yeah, it almost became way less interesting with that pass.
That was going to be really difficult. I mean, it's a bit out in front.
Yeah, it's not happening. But also, there's really no other place to put the ball.
No, I was sort of going to say, put it in the only place he could.
Like, he's just got to move it over like 6 inches, I guess. But it's... I don't know where else you would have been able to throw it.
At this point, you're playing 4 downs here, and that was some crazy action going on there by the tight end there. And Ritchie, is he going to gap enough for the first down? No, he's going to come up just yard short. Ritchie James coming up a yard short here. The bright spot for the 49ers on defense, I like how he's played. Quick setup here for the 49ers. Are they going to just go for it with Mullins? Yeah. Oh, he's going to get stopped.
Oh, he got stopped.
Oh, stopped by the Green Bay defense.
And honestly, I mean, how many times I've harped on this so many times, but it's practice. You can tell that like the offensive line, the push, all that, just not on the same page. Like they literally all got out pushed.
Yeah,
I mean, literally the center went for the same person and allowed someone to go straight over the top of him to go straight to Mullins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just not they didn't know where they were supposed to go. It's unfortunate.
And with that fourth down stop, Aaron Rodgers coming back
Brutal.
out. That was brutal. Yeah. You saw the was it the guard or the tackle? That I always confuse those. But they both went for the same person there on the defensive line, as you pointed out. Flattened. Just flattened.
If you're on YouTube, hop over to the Twitch side of things if you want to watch the actual game. I always find it kind of interesting. There's a lot of people on Twitch or on YouTube, but there's no game. There's a game on Twitch, so head over there if you want to be able to watch it yourselves. Watch it
Indeed,
with us.
Thank you everybody for hanging out tonight. Hey, some people might need just the radio broadcast version of it. It's totally fine.
Teach their own.
Yeah, that works out too. We broadcast across the platform so that you get to watch or listen the way you want to. Gonna be coming out a commercial here shortly. Probably just another minute or so.
Should be after this one here.
Should be right. And there we are.
And yeah,
All right.
I would say also just in general, starting this one off, I mean, it as sort of a human watching the 49ers here, I like, I want
bad.
them to do well. Yeah, I just feel bad. Like, it's tough. Like, you get to the goal line, and I actually kind of wanted them to score and, like, make it so they can kind of feel good. They got some points up. They can feel something positive about, something to build on. Just tough seeing this.
Rodgers still in the game here. As is Adams is still in the game.
You know what I never really understood in American sports is, well, it started to happen in the NBA, but like in this game here, right? Like, you don't need, like, the other team you're playing against, like, if you just make the comparison to the Premier League, like, you're playing a League One team. Like, you're not playing a Premier League team. Like, I wouldn't start, like, my best players against that. Like, why do you always start your best players?
Well, in football, because in football it's any given Sunday, right? Like, every win matters, so you need to maximize your ability to win every single game. In basketball, in the NBA,
no.
so.
Actually, exactly so for the comparison to soccer, or to the Premier League and Champions League. Every single game matters.
Yeah.
Right? So every single game matters in the NFL, but they're still able to do it in the Premier League and, like, Champions League. Like, you don't need Devonte Adams to play 40 snaps this game. No way.
No, at this point you could take them all out. I agree. I think you could take them all out at this point. Like, even if your backup comes in and throws a pick
I just don't really understand I've just never really understood like, they're just in for so long. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, Rodgers going to go deep for this one. Adams, oh, what a beautiful catch! He's out across the 50. That's why you put him in, because you got highlight plates like that. Sensational over the cover, just drops it in the breadbasket.
Yeah, that's a perfect pass.
Adams has had just a field day with everyone. With everybody in the San Francisco secondary tonight. This is just pure one-on-one, too. Pure one-on-one coverage. He gets the step. Rodgers puts it exactly where he needs to put it. Lights out. Game over. Well, he's not actually across the 50. He's at the 45. I was slightly. Yeah, Jeff Bezos, rip 49ers. Unfortunately, that is the case, as this one is passed up ahead. And that's to Irvin. Sorry, ran up ahead to Irvin. Gets 9 yards on first down. And you say Adams here on the sideline. I don't know, friend. Maybe they are. Maybe that's it for him. Helmet off.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's it. Just like get him out of the end zone there, and then just keep running the football. And I mean, I'm not going to say the 49ers are going to want to stop them, but
That stat with the last 2 games, 23 catches, 250 yards. Seems like the numbers in here is more loser than the other. Yeah.
definitely agree with that one. And then it's going to pick up the first down there. Good hard running.
He's going to pick up the first down.
I also, like, is this the moment in the game, like, the 49ers, like, you just stop, like, are you trying to get a stop?
Well, you're still a professional, right? There's still professionals out there. They got to make, like, you can make good plays in blowout games. Like, somebody could go and sack Rodgers. Like that, for as a defensive player, like, that's worth, right?
Fair.
You know, there's a contract, or that's good, that's tape for you, or you still want to come out and play. At the bottom of the screen was over the line of scrimmage, but I think he's reset there. So.
Oh, that was going nowhere.
What if? Yeah, good call. Jones gets brought right down to the ground. But you can see Green Bay now fully content to kind of run 40 seconds off the clock for every single possession. Just shorten the game, get themselves out of here as quickly as possible. Yeah, no rush to snap this thing with 10 seconds or more. This handoff to the back. Ooh, almost caught in the backfield.
Handoff to the wide receivers at this point, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That was Malik Taylor coming around on the end around there. Two touchdowns to Scantling, 1 touchdown to Adams. Adams with about 170?
Yeah, Adams is close. He's got to be nearing to 200.
173.
Yeah.
173.
But I don't think he's going to play the rest of the game. Maybe this is the
I
last.
think he
No,
is.
he's up there at the top of the screen. Maybe this is the last play of the game that they'll give together. But
Green Bay will call a timeout. Their second timeout here. Adams, 10 receptions, 173 yards, and a touchdown. So the fantasy folks counting at home, that is 33 points so far in the game for Adams. And that's the timeout for Green Bay. Should just be a 60-second timeout. We'll probably get a 30-second commercial here and be right back. Yep. They gotta get the last bits of the commercials in.
wow, this is a really long one, actually. 7 minutes. Yeah, it's 7 commercials.
7? Wait, how's that a timeout? I thought it was like a 60-second timeout. No? Craziness.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. It says seven commercials on the other one.
And we are back. The blowout in the Bay.
Is it the Bay anymore?
Well, Santa Clara is not quite. It's not quite. The Packers took a very long timeout. It turned into an immediate timeout. Rodgers almost with a perfect passer rating. I think it's 148, isn't it? Maybe. Pretty close.
He's close.
He's close to perfect tonight. 49ers look like they're going to bring pressure here. Thinking about 5. Every time they've done this, Rodgers has gotten it out of his hands pretty quick. They only bring 4. Wide open on the sideline is Irving, and that is another first down for Green Bay. Can tick at least another 2.5 minutes off of the clock here. Yeah, I mean the NFC North not very convincing. As we were talking about earlier, the Chicago at 5-3. I wouldn't be surprised to see Chicago end the season with a losing record.
Yeah, it's a weird team. They've just got picked up wins that I feel like they shouldn't have.
Yeah, just like not convinced. I mean, early in the season, like they came up with the 2 miracle wins that like Nick Foles got them. Basically, there's going to be some laundry out.
That was Trubisky.
It was Trubisky that got them the wins.
Yeah, the first games. Yeah, the one with the Falcons. The first.
Well,
3
one
games,
was against Atlanta.
Yeah, Trubisky started that out, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a false start here. Illegal formations.
Yep. Antonio Brown.
I actually picked him up in fantasy, so.
Did you? I was looking for him.
Yeah, I picked him up.
In our league?
I don't think in our league.
Oh, because I was looking for him. I was like, ooh, I'm going to be really sneaky here, and I'm going to pick up Antonio Brown, and it's going to be like...
I picked him up when Adam Schefter picked him up.
Okay. Yeah, but he was already taken. So
yeah.
The handoff here is going absolutely nowhere. And that's kind of when you're like, all right, time for you to get out of the game. Aaron Jones there loses about a yard. Second's going to tick off here, but it will be Tampa Bay in New Orleans. That's going to be the Sunday night football game. As you were mentioning earlier, Drew Brees with a possible shoulder injury. Unclear at this point if he will be ready to go. So you subbed in a Deshaun Watson for your fantasy team this week. The first game between Brady and Brees was a bit of a shootout. Brees got the better of Brady. That was the first game of the season, actually. So not all that surprising that it was perhaps the Tampa Bay offense a little disjointed, but Tampa Bay's defense has been incredibly good this season, and that once again goes nowhere. So Aaron Jones getting nothing on the last 2 runs.
And here, Aaron Rodgers is going to pick up 15 yards if they want to continue this drive to continue killing out the clock.
30 from the 35. By my quick math, he's going to need to get down to the 20.
And they'll just hand this one off. I think they just want to. I guess they just want to run the clock.
Maybe this is going to be a 52-yard field goal.
Are they going for the field goal?
Will be a 52-yarder if they decide to go for it. Going to run Crosby out there. He is 10 of 10 on the season so far, which is, I mean, last season he had some struggles, actually. Last season early on, the kicking was just horrific for Green Bay. So far, so good for Crosby this season. And he is going to attempt this 52 yards, 52 or 53. 53 is the official distance here. Let's see if Crosby, 4, 3, yeah, good kick, good hole, good snap, and that is low at line drive, but it is true. That would have been good from a few more, maybe 60, 58, 60 almost. And well done by Crosby, who stays perfect on the season and puts up another 3. 34-3. here. Packers out in front. 6:15 to go. We'll be right back. Well, there you go. Get the kick a 50-yarder. Not bad. Let's see if we can make it to the 2-minute warning without another commercial. Well, on the bright side for the 49ers, nobody was at the stadium to watch it happen.
Yeah, they're starting to allow people in there to the 49ers, but I think they're allowing 13,000 next week.
Oh, are they in California? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's been one of the states that's been stricter on its stuff, lockdowns and such. I got just one more commercial here to go. And we're back. Gonna get hopefully a swift conclusion to this game here. Let's see if he kind of squib kicks, line drives this thing again, and actually puts this one kind of high up in the air. He's gonna take it out. This is hastily gonna take it out of the end zone, and woo! Dropped right down at the 20.
Yeah, that's actually the exact reason why you kick it to the not allow them to have that touchback.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
like
going to put
pretty
faith
much
in
right
your
there.
special teams, yeah, special teams to get there, I mean, they have to make it to the 20 at least, so... Hastily is in the game for you, by the way.
Yeah, hopefully you can get some touches or break through on this one.
Yep. He's flanking out to the top of the screen. Is Mullen's going to look that way or not? Oh, actually, this is picked up off the ground. Seemingly off the ground.
There's a flag,
as
though.
Dwelly picks this one up and takes it beyond midfield at the 45. There is, as you mentioned, there is a flag on the play. And we will see. It is against the defense, so the play will stand. A 35-yard catch and run here by Dwelly on the delivery from Mullen. It just picks it up with his tips of his fingers there. So from the 44.
Oh, I thought that was almost another pick. I almost thought he grabbed it out of his hands.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been crazy, right? If he was down on the ground and then, like, tipped it up because he couldn't catch it and it turned into an interception. So I think here you see the backup. That's Tim Boyle talking with Aaron Rodgers.
To him coming in the game, yeah.
Yeah, the third-year quarterback from Eastern Kentucky. And Rodgers has put his helmet away. It looks like he is done for the night. Boyle had his helmet on, so it looks like Boyle will come on. And this is, once again, McKinnon. scampers up for about 4.
Oh, wide open.
Pass. Yep, only rushing
touchdown.
3 there. This is Richie James, and you're right, it is. Richie James with a touchdown.
Nice for them to at least get a touchdown. Have something to celebrate about for the 49ers here.
Yeah, you were kind of mentioning that it was a little disappointing that the last possession didn't work out for them. Oh, both of them go with you.
Yep. It was right there. That was the mistake. He even was calling it for so long. He was trying to get the ball.
Yep.
He knew it the second
Makes
that
one
happened.
move. Good move there and make him miss.
Oh, makes the extra point.
It does. 34-10, so 24 points is still 4 possessions. Although James had himself quite a night. He's actually, let's just do a quick stats check on James because he's, it's actually not too bad, Fran. I mean, Devonte Adams, 10 receptions, 173 yards, and 1 touchdown. Richie James, 7 receptions, 169 yards, and the touchdown. So he's been having himself a very nice game as well.
He's pretty much been the only target of the entire team there. So.
Yeah, pretty much. He's been the entire offense tonight for San Fran.
And we got another 7 commercials to go through.
And then we will still have the 2-minute warning. Just waiting to come out of commercial here, and we are ready to go. This will send it back here to the to Green Bay, and we fully expect to see the backup Tim Boyle come out. And see what he can do with the Green Bay offense. My guess here, Fran, as you've been saying, is simply run the football 3 times, take at least 2 minutes off the clock, and go from there.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you can really do here if you're the Green Bay Packers.
But, you know, as a backup quarterback, you do want to get your opportunity, chance to shine here, so. And Rodgers' night is done. 25 of 31, 305 yards and 4 touchdowns. As is the night for the majority of the starting offense. We have the backups in And this handoff here.
Abdriahem Youssef, hello. How are you doing in chat on YouTube? How are you doing today? This is kind of a blowout game, but almost there
the
at the
handoff
end.
there to John Lovett, who's actually listed as a tight end, but apparently playing running back right now. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean they're down to their fourth string running back, I think. So other than Jones, so if you go to the bench, there's no other really options you can do there.
Going way down on the depth chart, and let's see if they're actually attempt a pass here. Again, not snapping it before 5 seconds on the clock, and once again, this is handed off to Lovett, who gets half a yard.
Yeah, Yusuf, we expected Green Bay to pull this one out too, and they did. It was a decisive win. It's just a little too much for the 49ers with all the injuries, COVID, all that type of stuff too hitting them.
I mean, Fran, they're really reaching here. The Week 9 spotlight.
Yeah, the spotlight
Steelers,
is
Cowboys.
not on. Yeah, stop.
Slaughterhouse down there.
The only good game is Saints vs. Bucks.
Saints vs. Bucks. Yeah. Slaughterhouse down there in Jerry World, New England and the Jets. I mean, come on, like, really? Like, okay, New England might get a win, like, whoop-de-doo, as Lovett drives this one up for about 5 yards. They're going to fall 3 yards short here, and we will have fourth down coming up with Green Bay having to punt this away. But yeah, I mean, the only actual game there worth watching would be the Bucks and the Saints game, and then of course we did mention the Seahawks and the Bills, which would be another great game to watch. And actually, Lovett doesn't even come off the field; just stays on the field, and this will be Scott to punt it away. Now under 3 minutes. And this punt is going to be fielded and downed at the 24. Fielded by Trent Taylor. Yep, Seattle Seahawks here. Best record in the NFC. It's 6-1. Again, their best start since they actually won the Super Bowl. And these guys are just lighting it up. Russell Wilson is cooking. DK Metcalf has had some incredible catches this season, and Tyler Lockett. You know, when I was coming to the season and sort of choosing my fantasy picks, I pulled Russell off the board pretty early, but I wasn't really ready to take the plunge with any of the other Seattle receivers. And there goes my pen, because it was sometimes hard to like actually figure out, does like Seattle have a consistent passing attack, and they have unequivocally answered yes this season. I mean, the offense is totally clicking for the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, we didn't really know. We didn't know prior to the season if DK Metcalf was going to be the player he necessarily was. All those types of things kind of lead into that as well. So, but Lockett and DK, I think, have pretty much solidified themselves for the next couple of years to be the primary receivers there.
Yeah, and they're young, and they have a lot of good things happening in Seattle right now. But this is going to be snapped on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, and that will be a first down for San Francisco. We have hit the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out and watching tonight. Fortunately, it was a bit of a blowout. The game not very competitive. Next Thursday would be the Titans and the Colts. I don't know if they're actually. I would suspect they are gonna go to commercial here in a second after the next Thursday promo. Or not, actually. We will not have a commercial, so we're just going to stick around. They're just going to give they've already filled in all the ad breaks. Thankfully.
Yeah, I guess they're just going right through it.
First and 10. Here, San Fran just gets this thing rolling. Play clock is started once again. 2 minutes to go in the game. And Hasty is outside.
Oh,
is
James.
going to go. Oh, Richie is going to get that. I thought that pass was going to Hasty.
Yeah, I did too. I thought I was at least going to get another point out of this.
Yep. He's going to get a bit more than that, though. He had some open space. It was at least a 10-yard gain, which Richie gets there. So he actually has more yards than Devonte Adams, who had an exceptional game tonight. And this one is going to get to Hasty. There's a completed pass, and he's got some more for you, Fran. He's got 6 more yards. Oh, he fumbled the football!
All right, thank God he didn't fumble it. Jesus.
All right, they're going to call him down by contact. You are about to watch your points vaporize right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, at least something. Give it back to him. Give it back to him. No, wrong guy.
He's going out again. Nope. Trent Taylor. Maybe, however, if they keep going fast, maybe he's got a touchdown in him. Except he is no longer in the game.
Jesus.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's the penalty for a high hit on the quarterback. Whew, Mullins gets laid out. Oh, yeah, you can see that he's like, woo, hello.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he had 2 Green Bay. Oh, my. He sees the guy coming. Oh, yeah, it's a helmet to helmet.
That's a tough shot to take, especially at the end of the game there.
Especially at the end of the game, yep.
If I was him, I'd just be like, guys, let's just take a knee and get out.
Let's just take a knee here and.
I don't need to take another one of those.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely going to try to get their touchdown. The spread it's not going to matter on the spread. It was 7 points worth of the spread, so we should have taken that bet, and Green Bay absolutely covered it. From the 20, San Fran trying to make something happen here at the very end of the game. Gets this one out to James, who's been the bright spot for San Francisco, and he is.
And that ref wants to go home too. He wants to keep the clock running.
He will keep the clock. That is actually the right call. Or they stop it?
Injury? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
Timeout. Someone called the timeout.
Yeah, San Francisco called a timeout.
Oh, yeah. Matt LaFleur is like, come on, let's go.
Gotta get on the plane, gotta get back home to Green Bay at this point. See if Mullins tries to make something happen here. Back to pass, gets it up across. That will be a first down.
Call another timeout.
Yep. Yep, they will.
Or not.
Still coaching here at the very end. That was Craycroft. Oh, no, they won't. Got to get up to the line of scrimmage quickly here. Only 20 seconds left. Trying to get another touchdown. Coming across the edge. Look out, Mullins flush from the pocket, and that is going to be incomplete. 15 seconds, 2nd and goal. The suspense, friend, the suspense.
I just wanted to, like, if we're going to keep playing here, give it to my guy. I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope, the kid is in.
And he does get it to McKinnon. McKinnon going to have to make
a
move
touchdown.
Or get out of bounds. And it's 8 seconds left. It is a down at the 1. Maybe they put your guy in here at the very end. I don't know. But it looks like they won't. McKinnon will stay in. 49ers down at the 1. Richie James, perhaps another opportunity for him. He's at the bottom of your screen. Keep an eye on him. Number 13, Dwelly comes across in motion. The handoff is to McKinnon. McKinnon finds pay dirt. Touchdown 49ers.
We have to kick it off
34
again.
to 16.
Yay.
Looking to get the extra points, and the final score will probably be something on the order of 34-17. So if you double them up, but now, of course, they need to kick it off. There's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was almost an extra man on the field here. Green Bay calling a final timeout.
Yeah, they had 12 on the field.
They did have 12 on the field. Aaron Rodgers saying, I want to get back to Olivia. Right?
No, Olivia's like 2 girlfriends ago.
Oh! Wow, I thought they were married.
Yeah, and then he dated Danica.
Oh!
And then he broke up with Danica.
Oh, wow. That was like 2 girlfriends ago then. Jeez. I haven't kept up with the tabloids, clearly. What is Rodgers saying? In any case, the final score is going to be something like 34-17. We will have to have a kickoff here. Probably the best thing that they can do is just catch it and run around in a circle for 4 seconds, and then take a knee to end the game.
I'm confused what they're all like talking. I guess
So am I.
I think they're just making something out of nothing that they saw on the sideline. I don't think there's actually anything going on.
Green Bay will move ahead to 6-2. Going to be in position at the top of the NFC as well, up with Seattle, who will travel to Buffalo this weekend. That game at 10 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. I'm excited to watch that one. It'll be the local game for me, so we definitely get to see it. Let's see if they punt this thing out the back. No, they don't. They have mercy, as they will allow one of the Green Bay Packers to... Oh, my goodness.
I mean, are you going to blame the guy?
I mean, he had to, like, run laterally for 2 seconds.
No need to take that hit.
Do you think they were really going to take his head off, basically, like, blow him up there?
Yeah.
What? Oh, my. I would have run backwards.
No need to risk it.
All right, they're going to just take the knee. LaFleur, Rodgers, and the Green Bay Packers are going to take the game here on Thursday Night Football, 34-17. We're just going to call it. That's what the score I'm predicting to be there at the end, right? 34-17 as Boyle takes the final knee and punches one of his tight ends in the face. In any case, that's it for us here tonight. Thank you, everybody, across both Twitch and YouTube for tuning in. Thank you for all the follows to Keelix Gamer, Charlie Emmons, and Pun Hits Hard. And much appreciated, everybody. Take good care and stay safe. Have a great Friday.